it die. Storm clouds are in your soul. Now you have lost control. You're on a path to eternity. You don't even see it's a game. You fall into a dream while the enemy calls up your name. Let go of everything you ever wanted, of everyone you ever thought you knew. Let it die. I know you're sad and feeling broken hearted. You left your heart a house that's haunted. Let it die. Let go of everything you ever wanted, of everyone you ever thought you knew. Let it die. I know you're sad and feeling broken hearted. You left your heart a house that's haunted. Let it die. Let go of everything you ever wanted, of everyone you ever thought you knew. Let it die.
It's showtime.
All these socials,
Taking down the other podcasts one by one.
all these socials,
That clip is why people make fun of you.
with Carl
This is all just for the radio.
and Blind Mike.
We have a lot of business to take care of.
All these
We are
socials,
the number one podcast on the internet today.
WATS.
Welcome to yet another episode of WATS, the show thousands of people come to answer the age-old question, what's the deal with social media? You can't find a show about social media that does less to promote itself on social media. I'm your host, Carl Hamburger. With me, as always, is Mike Geary, a.k.a. Blind Mike. What's up, Mike?
I experienced a range of emotions listening to that new Countdown song, and I think I settled on enjoying it. I liked it.
Thank you. That's my band Buzzmeyers that I'm in. It's Trucker Andy on the bass on that song.
The guy's voice, so I really like the intro. Then when I heard the guy's voice, it turned me off a little bit, and by the end, I was liking it a lot. It grew on
Yeah,
me.
it's the Geddy Lee effect. You're like,
Okay.
what is going on right here? And they're like, all right, no, I get it.
Not so bad.
He's going to do this the whole time. All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
There are rumors going around that Kevin Brennan has seen the error in his ways and that I won't read your super chats. The latter is simply not true. I will read every super chat that comes in, and we appreciate the support. But as you know, I don't read so good. So feel free to take advantage of the Supertip system. You can do that by going over to supertip.gg/WATP, pull out a different device, go up to another tab on your browser, whatever you got to do. Supertip.gg/WATP. And you could be a fun voice. Like, for example, you could be Woke Dad. Ooh.
Even I know not to mock vets. What say you, Eric Zane?
Mr. Majestic on there. Still talking about this Eric Zane mocking vets thing.
Is that a controversy? I wasn't aware.
It is, yeah, on WATB, who are these broadcasters.
Ooh, a shock jock.
Yeah, Eric Zane was being a little shock jockey, and then someone got angry with him, and he doubled down.
Oh, no.
That's what shock jocks do.
It gets crazy over there.
It got a little crazy with the Zaniacs over there. I feel like we need to get into some type of first part of the show or something.
Here it comes. The pre-banter, all of its grandeur, Carl and Mike.
That's what it is. We like to start off this show doing something that other podcasters can't do, won't do, or are afraid to do. we start off this show with a little bit of what I call banter. Just two co-hosts shooting the shit, talking about whatever's going on in their lives, whatever's going on in the news that day. No one else even attempts this for some reason, probably because we're the best at it.
Carl and Blind Mike gonna talk about what they like. They're gonna chew the shit, as it's been said. And you know when you get to this part of the show, well, it's time for the banter. 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 All right.
Now, Mike, last week I was not on the program. You and Casey Day did a fine job of putting out a WATS Blind Mike Project crossover episode.
Thank you.
Yes, no, thank you. I was so jealous of the Woke Dad clips you guys had on the show.
I know. I honestly felt guilty doing it.
Don't.
I was like,
Don't.
I can't sit on these.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. We did put it out on our feed. If you listen to the audio of WATS, it wasn't on the Who Are These Podcasts YouTube channel, but it did go out the Who Are These Socials audio feed.
Good.
And yeah, some of the best Woke Dad stuff we've heard. And we have another great package today because we're keeping tabs on them, but we're also going back in time.
Yes, that's where the real greatness lives, is his early stuff when he was really feeling himself. Before anyone acknowledged to him that it was obvious those stories are fake, like when he had just free reign to make up whatever he wanted, that's peak Daniel. I almost feel bad for ruining that.
Well, don't. And I totally agree with you. And our boy woke.dad on TikTok, give him a follow because he's doing the same thing. He's going back through the archives.
Oh, good.
And finding some of the
It's
best.
a lot of work, so I appreciate the assist from him.
He's finding some of the best TikToks. It's all over in our Discord. If you go to whoarethese.com, click on the link to our Discord server. It's free to join. And you can join the channel for Who Are These Socials. And Record Lover is his name in our Discord. He does a phenomenal job posting what Woke Dad was up to back in the day. Now, I wasn't here last week because I was at Stevie Tomatoes at this time.
I heard about this, yes.
And it was incredible. I played this on WATP yesterday. It just popped up right before we started the show. So I was like, oh, well, I got to talk about this. John called in to MLC, to Kevin Brennan's show, and just completely fabricated his own reality. his version of what happened at Stevie Tomatoes was just completely made up out of nowhere.
Oh, so he didn't tell Kevin that you guys ran away scared? That's unfortunate. He should have told the truth.
He did say that we were hiding in our cars and that we were afraid of him.
Yeah, that's what I heard happened.
He was waiting around for us, and we were too big of pussy boys to show up and talk to him, is what he said.
I don't get it. You guys were there. So, like, if you just stayed there, if he stayed there the duration of the event, then he could be like, oh, they never showed up to their own event. He left at the time you guys were supposed to be there.
Not only did he leave, he left at a very specific time, 7:47. He's mentioned this multiple times. I got there like 7:52, I want to say. We missed him by 5 minutes.
What are the chances?
It's crazy. It was scheduled for 8 o'clock, but the guy, he had a 9 o'clock phoner for a radio show, so that's why.
Sure, you can't miss the Jim Trevelise show or whatever that guy's name is.
Yeah, it was a very funny reveal. We were talking about it back at the Dabble house. And Mike Morris goes, yeah, I mean, it's tough to get on that show. By the way, I'm booked to be on there this week coming up. Okay. So it's not that difficult, I guess, is what he was saying. The other thing I want to talk to you about, Mike, is we are going to be live in Boston on June 21st at the City Winery. I was just working on the paperwork today. We're finalizing everything. Tickets will go on sale next week. Save the date. I'm expecting some gearheads to come out for this show, because we're coming to your hometown.
It's very exciting. I'll be there, folks. So get your tickets.
Yes, Mike Geary actually had to make sure him and Kreger's moved their event.
Yes. Yeah, any Clug Maniacs, send angry messages to Carl about us having to push that date back. Because
don't be angry about it. Good things come to those who wait. It's going to be an even better event in July than it would have been in June.
You get 2 live shows now. Look at it that way.
Right. And I do want to encourage the Gearheads and the WATS fans to represent, get your tickets when they go on sale, because this is going to sell out. And the reason why I tell you this is because Dick's fans, he hasn't been on the East Coast in a couple of years. The last show was Philadelphia almost 2 years ago. And B, Dick's having a kid in July, and that's it for live shows for quite some time, if not forever, for Dick Masterson. So there's going to be a lot of dickheads out, and I want to make sure there's some gearheads representing as well.
We'll try our best.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be fantastic. And
we're a small but mighty group.
Well, I think everyone's going to get along too. We all like laughing at jerks and comedy podcasts, and this is where I remind people. You might feel intimidated. Oh, I don't have anyone to go with. I listen to the show. I don't have friends who listen to the show. Show up because you'll make friends immediately. You guys all have something in common. You all listen to these shows. And the people who do decide, like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just going to go out there. I'm going to check it out. They fly in. They drive in. Maybe they're local. And they go, oh, good. I'm glad I did this. Because there's always meetups. There's always things happening. And the live show is always fun.
Yeah, guys, if you're worried about being the biggest loser there, Craig might show up.
Oh,
so
fuck.
The floor is bottomless.
I'm trying to sell this thing, and you're talking about Craig showing up?
I'm just saying.
He'll be sitting in the back, though, right?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, well, thank God for that. Mike, we do have to get into show proper. I have some segments prepared for us, as I always do. But first, I do want to thank the people who are supporting the show, especially those on supertip.gg/WATP. Like Joe from Virginia.
Sorry, Carl. We all know the mashups are far superior. All praise the Daylords. Hackride will rise again.
All right. Well, Mike, you're telling us what how you really feel there.
I wouldn't say anything like that out loud.
Exactly. Anonymous $5 says Thursday viewers rule, Wednesday and Saturday viewers drool. Damn it, wrong show. Yeah, we just have the one day.
I'm glad we're finally in on this. I wanted to be part of the Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever the fuck war. I'm glad to get the socialites on there.
Well, which side are you on, Mike?
I'm a Thursday guy. Oh, you mean between Wednesday and Saturday?
Yeah, Wednesday and Saturday. That's the debate.
I don't care for this Adam Bush kicking Trucker Andy to the curb. I'm a Saturday guy.
All right, good for you. He's a traditionalist. I like that. Yeah. Mr. Devon's coming in.
I'd love to be your ass checker. Stick it up in your ass. I'm going to be your lawnmower and cut your fucking grass. I can do so many things, like with my own bare hands.
Some more Ween lyrics coming in from Kevin Brennan.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what that
I know. It's out a little out of nowhere. Ass has been a member for 12 months. He says, I'm sorry to be the one to break this to you, Blind Mike, but Carl has been caught bantering with others at the beginning of WATP episodes.
What?
Oh, fuck. Oh, God.
On which day?
I mean, it's Wednesdays. Oh, shit.
I knew it. I only listened on Saturdays.
Oh, God damn it. Even more
I knew something
reason.
fishy was going on.
Oh, my gosh. I called a guy out yesterday before WATP started. We were just getting things set up on YouTube and chatting a little bit. And I called a guy out for challenging his charge on...
Oh, I heard this. Yeah. I heard you said
yeah. And boy, did I fuck up.
Oh, no.
I should not have done that. This guy was a guy who messaged me. I don't know the names.
Carl's giving out his address.
No, I didn't give out his address or anything. I didn't say his name. But this guy messaged me on Saturday. I said, hey, I'm having trouble. I didn't get the password. And I sent him a note. I said, oh, I found your password. Here it is. And then he was good. But he had put in that complaint on Friday that he tried to pull it back from his credit card processor. He was working actively to not have that. And I'm like, oh, fuck, man. I'm sorry. I thought you were one of these guys who like knew you were going to dispute it, so you didn't have to pay for it. You can still watch it. So I'll tell you, my banter on those other shows just is not on point.
Well, I got to tell you, for anyone that didn't hear the start of yesterday's show, it was not a slight like, I didn't care for the way this guy handled it. Fuck this guy. Here's his full name.
I know. And then I get an email from him, and he's communicating with me a bunch of times. A really nice guy. He's like, Carl, what the fuck? He was actually really cool about it. But I was like,
good.
oh, God damn it. I'm the worst.
I'm glad we straightened it out.
Yeah, it's all straightened out now. I've learned my lesson. This was a learning moment for me.
Good.
CMOS4044 with €5 says, you should really promote Buzzmeyers more. Any album yet? I forgot they existed. Love the intro track. Yeah, if you're listening to the show or if you're just tuning in, I played a countdown track of my band Buzzmeyers. And what's the name of that song that we played? I don't know why Let It Die, which is my favorite song that we do. And you can stream Buzzmeyers wherever you stream music. We have 3 EPs out, 12 total songs, 12 originals. So anywhere you listen to music, Buzzmires.
Check him out on Spotify. I like
Check
that.
it out on Spotify. Yeah. Give Trucker Andy a shout out. Section 8 smoke detector, $2. Chirp.
It's fun.
Chad's missing upper lip. Why isn't Mike at Hooters?
I couldn't make it today. Justin and Mike Montante are there. Next time I get the invite from Justin, I'll be there.
Now, is this like a going out of business sale that's going on at Hooters?
Well,
Tits
so
are half off?
Justin Trudell talked about how Hooters is pivoting to a family restaurant, I guess, which is a terrible idea.
Yep.
But Justin made the argument. He goes, well, me and my family always went as a kid. Like, well, that's pretty insane.
Well, good for
of your
Dad
parents.
now. Yeah, no, Dad's getting his way. I like
I
that.
guess, yeah.
All right. I want to start off with one of our marquee bits that we do on this show. Of course, Blind Mike. That's just a silly nickname. The guy can't see.
Of course.
And so we have this game for Mike called Guess the Sound.
Carl say, Mike, hey, guess the sound. Is it girls farting or cute bunny rabbits snoring?
This one came in from Psychotic on the Discord. And this is a fun one. Let's see how you do, Mike.
All right.
All right, Mike, guess the sound.
Oh, man. My first instinct wanted to say... Immediately, I wanted to say farting. Then I quickly changed to snoring. But by the end, I thought it might have been a dog doing something.
Doing...
I don't know.
What was this dog doing?
A dog is trying to get something out of... A dog is struggling with something. He's trying to get something out of a small space, I imagine.
It is a dog, a puppy dog, in a girl's lap, yawning. The answer was
yawning.
A dog yawning.
Oh, okay. That's a very strange
Let's hear that
yawn.
again. Yeah, it's a strange yawn.
Jesus.
Very adorable. Big yawns right there. That puppy
There's something wrong with it.
That puppy is tuckered out.
Jeez. It doesn't sound particularly cute. Is it a cute dog?
It's a very cute dog.
Terrifying sound.
It's a terrifying sound. I know that's why this game rules. That's why Psychotic makes it very difficult on you.
That sounds like what your guys' version, the Supertip version of the Beggy Monster sounds like when it comes into a room.
You're right. Aaron. All right. Well, better luck next time. You got close. You had the dog part down, so half credit.
All right. Thank you.
It doesn't count as a loss. It's a tie. It goes in the overtime loss category in the NHL.
Yeah.
Get a point for it. Let's head over to Instagram to start things off.
Blinded like Blind Mike. Don't be a douche. Instagram in the night. Blinded like Blind Mike. Check out these reels. They might make you wanna fight.
I discovered this guy, Lil Pete Comedy, on Instagram through Tukey Soup.
Okay.
Tukey Soup this week featured him because he was on this podcast with this guy who weighed like 700 pounds. And so that was interesting. I enjoyed that. But this guy is a stand-up comic.
All right.
And he posts, like a lot of these guys do, some of his jokes up on Instagram for all of us to enjoy.
Oh, you have to.
And I know that you're a connoisseur of stand-up comedy.
Sure.
So I like to bring you comics to see what you think about it.
I appreciate that. I'm always looking for new young talent.
Right, exactly. So this guy, this is a joke that he calls Boston Marathon.
Oh, all right. Right up my alley.
Lil Pete Comedy with Boston Marathon.
One of my deals at work went sideways. The client was refusing to cooperate with my company. So I had to drive to Boston so I could see the man in person in an attempt to try to talk him off the fence. When I got to the man's house, he wasn't home. He was in the hospital with his daughter. I spent the entire day in Boston waiting for this man to get home. I took a shit in McDonald's. I took a shit in Burger King. I took a shit in Subway. And I took the biggest dump of my life in Mickey's Tavern. It was the biggest bomb they seen since the Boston Marathon. Y'all was dropping bombs all
Holy
day.
shit.
I must have been a terrorist in another life, man. Yo, I dropped so many
hold
bombs
on.
and...
I gotta give him this. You told me the title of the joke.
Yep.
And I didn't see it going there.
Why would you? The client was at the hospital with his daughter.
I thought he was going to tell some story about how it turned out the guy was blown up in the marathon bombing or something.
Nope. No, he's not.
Why is he
yet.
shitting 4 times in an afternoon?
It's a great question. It's not healthy.
Y'all was dropping bombs all day. I must have been a terrorist in another life, man. Yo, I dropped so many bombs in Boston that day, the government got me on a federal watch list now. That's right, the FBI, they got a picture of Little Pete on the wall next to Osama bin Laden and Jahani John. Thank you for that laugh, my brother. I love you.
A single laugh, he calls it out. This guy gets
Thanks,
it.
my man.
This guy gets it. I mean, the structure of that joke, I don't know what to make of it because it's almost Tom Myers-esque where there's too many details that actually kind of spoil the punchline. It's like you hear about this client and the daughter's in the hospital and you're like, oh no, and he's not home and how long is he going to be in the hospital with his daughter? And then it just turns into shitting at fast food restaurants.
Oh, it's funny. You're comparing it to Tom Myers. I actually thought this was a bad joke, so we might have different opinions on this.
I forgot you're a big fan.
I actually thought this one stunk, so I don't agree with the Tom Myers.
Yeah.
But this was an abomination. That was crazy. I've never heard anything set up like that where he says the marathon bombing thing and then goes on to say the FBI should watch me. It's like, no, we heard before how you said it was a bomb. We got it.
Right. You can't tag it with the same joke.
You think you could get this guy at the Boston show?
Ooh.
To do that kind of material?
I mean, he's a New York guy, obviously, but it's not a long train ride, right?
Yeah, I hope.
All right, this one's called Born Outside the Box.
I like that they're called things.
Yeah.
I'm That's the mark of a good comedian.
I'm telling you the titles on purpose because every one of these videos has the title and then a bunch of hashtags.
Okay.
So I want you to know what's catching your eye so that you click on this.
All right.
You know, I've been doing stand-up comedy for about a year now, and a lot of people like watching my videos, man. Hey, I'm a funny dude. I'm an interesting motherfucker to listen to, man. Not only do I think outside the box, my whole life is outside the box. My mother had a C-section. I was born outside the box, baby.
Not exactly Stephen Wright.
That was it. I love that the titles of his jokes are the punchline. This guy doesn't understand how comedy works at all.
I'm actually, tomorrow I'm recording Stephen Wright, Why Are You Laughing?
Great.
And Stephen Wright has a brilliant C-section joke. I was born cesarean. You can't tell from looking at me, but when I leave a room, I go out the window. And I was planning on saying that joke is so brilliant that I've never heard anyone attempt anything like it.
Yeah.
And that ends today. I can't say that tomorrow because of Little Pete.
Now you're going to have to reference Little Pete and his Born Outside the Box joke and compare that.
It's something. It's a second attempt at a brilliant joke. So I got to give him that.
It's interesting that this guy is a very short man, Little Pete. It's interesting that he needed to be birthed by C-section. Most of the women I know could probably squeeze him out of their vaginas today. But
oh, see, my assumption about him based on
reasons. Yeah, please.
My assumption on him based on his voice was that he's the type of guy, maybe he's a little more like physically imposing, that like he's almost guilted or scared people into laughing at him. Because he does seem like one of these like retard Goombas who you're like, all right, if I don't laugh at this joke, he's gonna kick the shit out of me or cause a problem.
Nope, he's about 5'1", it looks like.
Oh, okay.
If I had to guess.
So there's something else.
All right, here's one called You Too Slow, Jack. And I watched this and I didn't understand what he was talking about. So listen closely. Maybe you can help me out with this one.
It's a crazy world, man. Everybody's looking at their phone all day. One of the most disrespectful things you can do in today's day and age is not answer somebody's text. What are you gonna say? I didn't see it? You're looking at your phone all day, right? What, are you too busy to write back, I'm good, how about you? Yo, man, I take more disrespect to somebody not answering my text than if I was to put my hand out and they go, oh, you too slow, Jack.
What year is that from?
Oh, so that's the handshake thing where you pull your hand away.
Yeah, like high five.
Now
Too
I
slow.
get it. Right,
Yeah.
right. Or we comb your hair. Oh, yeah. Okay.
What year
Pretty
is
good.
that? That was like lame when I was a child.
This is pretty recent. This is a brand new video he just posted.
First of all, it's profoundly sad what he's saying.
Yeah.
Because he's not presenting it in a way where it's like, oh, we can all relate. We all have. He's like, I just want to say to these people, like, what, you can't text me back? And you feel this like deep sadness for him where you're like, I don't think anyone talks to this poor bastard.
Yeah, and the text he wanted back was just like, I'm doing all right. How about you? So it wasn't, obviously it's not an important text that needs to be answered right away.
Yeah, he's not getting a response to hello.
Yeah. What's up? You're like, I don't know, man. What's up? What?
What
do you
now?
need? What do you need?
I heard the marathon joke. It's been 12 years.
I was just listening to your breakdown of Brian Regan's first special. I think it was his first special.
Technically his second act, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, so many great points on what makes that work. Because Brian Regan I'm a huge fan. I've seen him a few times live.
Yeah.
And he's a clean comic and he does wacky voices. It's all the things you think he wouldn't like. He pulls it off so well. And part of what he does is like playing a dummy.
Right.
But playing a dummy in a way that you know he's not actually a dummy.
He's very smart. He's a genius in comedy.
Yeah, right.
Terms. Like,
and this guy is just like, he's playing a guy that you're like, oh no, this is a pathetic loser. So
yeah.
you're just like, oh, okay. It's not great.
Right. Yeah. He's trying to play the schmuck, but he's doing it so well. He's in such character
I'm
that you
sold on
actually
it.
feel bad for him.
Well, it gets worse. This one's called Hoes Need Love.
Oh, boy.
The other reason the strippers love me is because I give them the love and the affection that they need, okay? Everybody needs to be loved, and hoes need love too. And when the hoes need love, they come and see Little Pete.
Hey!
This is where the hoes get cuddled, baby, right here.
Yeah!
Everybody else nuts on them, I hug them.
Yeah!
Oh, the audience is mocking him.
Oh, yeah. They're definitely mocking him.
Hey!
And he posted that. He posted that. It's just like, hey, this is what my stand-up is.
Well, he does seem like a guy who's not particularly self-aware. Like, if you get a laugh, even if it's mocking, he's like, look at him crushing.
Yeah. A reaction. That's all he needs. It's just some noise being made. He's good.
That's again so sad. On like when you're hearing it, you're not like, oh, I bet this guy convinces strippers to go home with him. You're like, oh God, he thinks strippers are into him.
Yeah, he's literally cuddling with strippers. They're like, for 20 extra bucks, I'll blow you. He's like, no, honey, don't even bother. Let's just embrace and tell each other secrets.
Well, I say get this guy and kill Tony. I think he's got star power.
Oh my God, he'd be amazing on Kill Tony.
He really would.
I would absolutely love to hear the interview with him afterwards. All right, one more. This one's entitled Elon Musk.
Okay, topical. I like it.
And it kind of goes along with the theme that we just saw.
If Elon Musk was to come up to me right now and say, hey, Little Pete, you want to go to Mars? I'd be like, nah, fuck that. Let's go to a strip club. It's right down the block. Let's go see some titties and some ass.
That was it.
No,
that's the whole video.
Surely you cut it off as a punchline.
Nope. That's the whole video that he posted. 15-second joke right there.
I'd say, Elon, let's get some tits.
I mean, at least that one, Elon Musk is a better title for that joke. He didn't name it, let's go see titties and ass. So there's that. But that's not a punchline.
Even Dice had punchlines. Like, a lot of it was about the attitude. I get it, but there were punchlines in there.
Well, the punchline was, you want to go to Mars? I'd rather go to a strip club. Done. I don't know why you think you're tagging it with, like, by the way, at a strip club, there's girls who are attractive and have nice bodies, and I like boobs. Yeah.
Yeah, the structure is not great. He really peaked at his big shits. That's where
I know. Isn't that crazy?
that
You
was
heard
my
that
favorite
joke.
one, I think.
Right,
Yeah.
you heard that joke. You're just like, well, this isn't good. And you're like, well, that's his best.
Definitely.
That's
his
his bong
closer.
hit transplant, if you ask me. I want to check in on John Cerasani. We just have one video for John that he posted on Instagram, but it is a doozy.
Yeah, I wanted to see what you guys thought of this. I think John has a good business plan.
Okay.
I think it's the logical next step for him.
Okay.
And I was curious what everyone thought. He's asking for votes, so I figured we'd give
He
ours.
is looking for what our thoughts are on this.
Yeah.
Good point.
I need your opinion if I should do an OnlyFans account. Now, hear me out before you go.
It's not a bad start. That's not a bad start to a video right there.
Hear him out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm already hooked. I'm like, all right, what are we talking about here, John? This is good. This must be what Alex Stein was talking about. When he's like, Carl, this John Cerasani guy, he's a good dude. You're gonna.
He's a
like
regular guy.
him. Yeah. That's pretty good. Can't wait to talk to Alex about that. I'm going to be on his show the end of May.
Please bring that up.
I will. I have to remember to do that.
I need your opinion if I should do an OnlyFans account. Now, hear me out before you go below and vote, okay? First of all, when I got into this social media stuff, the intent was never to make money, all right? But we're at that critical point now where casinos are making offers to me, online casinos are making offers to me and all that stuff. Hey, guys, listen, I already made enough money. I sold my company. I've been living off the interest and investment income.
Investment income. We've seen how he invests in companies. He's just like, all right, well, I'll tell you what, I'm not going to invest anything, but let's get lunch and give me some money.
Yeah, or if they're really cool, like Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura,
Right.
and he'll invest.
That's true. Yes, he did invest in that vodka brand that's actively going under.
Oh no.
I try to be philanthropic. I do great things, hopefully. And when I die, my kids should have that full nest egg. And if they manage that well, their kids should have it, and then the next generation and beyond should have it, hopefully.
Jesus Christ, is he a billionaire? What is he talking about?
He's made minimum 3 generations of wealth.
3 generations of wealth is what he's holding on to here. And all he's got is a waterfall to show for it? I feel like it should be more than that.
Well, I don't know if you watched last week. He's got a waterfall and a hot daughter that can make him plenty of money.
Oh, God.
so.
Oh, what was I played a voicemail on WATP yesterday where a guy's just like, hey, is it weird that I'm jerking off to John Cerasani's daughter right now?
Well, he's not exploiting her. That's the main thing.
Right. Obviously not.
We don't know how that's going to unfold, though. And if my daughter and son each have 5 kids, by the time it gets to generation 3, you know what I mean? There's not going to be that much per person, probably.
Is it weird that this started with, I'm going to start an OnlyFans account, and now we're talking about not only his son and daughter, but then their kids?
And why is he planning they each have 5 kids?
He's just, he's trying to figure out how many billions of dollars he's going to need for their nest egg.
It's just dawning on him now that he'll need to make money for his children.
Yeah, he's got to figure out a way to.
You hadn't thought of that before?
No. He's like, I was doing social media for fun, but now it turns out I'm going to need a few extra bucks.
You gamble a few $100,000 a night, and all of a sudden.
Yeah. Was that last week you were playing John talking about how that was last week. His daughter was down. He was down. It's every gambling story with him starts out with, I'm down $100,000, but we're going to.
But don't worry. I want it all back and more.
Or not as much as I have right now, obviously, right? So if I could do things to build that nest egg bigger, I should explore them, even though that was never my intent with social media. I'm not going to be one of those guys selling courses online. You'll never see me do it. Hey, I'm a coach. I'm going to coach you to be a coach too. Hey,
hold on a second. Hold on.
What?
He was selling pamphlets for blackjack. Yes. His company is like 200% raise. He wrote a book about how you can make more money by going into business for yourself. Is exactly what he's talking about.
Sure. Where are the courses? I thought you were going to point out courses he was charging for. No, he charges for pamphlets.
He's not going to be a coach. He literally did a whole show where he was coaching other entrepreneurs on how to make more money.
He's not charging them. He's taking their money for free. What aren't you getting?
This is wild. What is he talking about?
He's a straight shooter, this guy.
He's always trying to make money. And I don't have a problem with that either. I never liked the fact that he's just like, guys, I never need to make another dime in my life. And then he's wearing his merch, and you could buy his merch. You could buy his books. I'm like, well, remember he was, hold on a second. I'm just remembering this now because so much has happened with John Cerasani over the years.
Yep.
He was doing those networking events where it cost
right.
you thousands of dollars to go meet him in Vegas, and you get to talk to other muckety mucks. And
Yeah. Well, I would even say go back in your memory 80 seconds or so when he said, I never got into any of this to make money.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to start an OnlyFans.
Right. Well, he's trying to justify it.
Sure.
You'll never see me do it. Hey, I'm a coach. I'm going to coach you to be a coach too. Hey, not going to happen, pal. All right, well, what are you talking about OnlyFans, John? You going to pull your pants down and hopefully make $12 million?
Oh,
well,
sorry.
dude, if I made like $2 million a month.
Yeah.
I just remembered he did a whole series where he literally coached young women on how to play blackjack.
Yes, right. That was one of his shows.
I forgot about that one.
where he would sit down with them and then argue who got the $500 at the end of it.
That one, there's no other word for what he was doing aside from coaching.
Maybe grooming is the other word. But
sure,
yes.
yeah.
And hopefully make $12 million. Well, dude, if I made like $2 million a month, like showing part of my testicle, yeah, I might do it. But that's not what I mean, guys.
Damn.
Is there a market for that? Part of his testicle? You're gonna make $2 million a month?
Oh, does my girlfriend get off when I just show? She's like, God, I don't want to see the whole thing. Just show me part of it.
Just a little bit of the left one tonight. That's all I
Yeah.
need to get me going.
But that's not what I mean, guys. OnlyFans, I'm just starting to look into this now. This is people giving me feedback. Has a safe for work section in their platform.
Yeah, it's very
Meaning
popular.
that you're promoting, hey, maybe it's a Pilates instructor, or maybe it's a, or crocheting. Well, mine would be long-form business content. If you noticed, when I put long-form business content here on Instagram, the people that actually watch it love it.
I've not noticed that.
They really love it. You know how he's always making videos saying, hey, I saw you commented and really loved my last video.
No, it's actually just the opposite, Mike. He's actually complaining about people calling him out.
This was a few years ago. I don't know if everyone remembers this, but do you remember there was a story in the news where OnlyFans announced, hey, we're not doing porn anymore.
Right.
And the company almost collapsed.
Yeah.
Because everyone was like, well, fuck you then. And they said, oh, no, we're just kidding. We're just kidding. We're doing porn almost exclusively. So I don't know how popular any of these Pilates pages are.
It's really the only thing that is unique about OnlyFans.
Right.
Because if you're just giving out content behind a paywall, there's Patreon. There's already been well-established places to do that.
Yeah, it seems like the worst place just because people associate it with porn, where if you did a Patreon or like he's tried to get that YouTube channel going, this could be a good way to get members involved or whatever. Like, I don't know why you would choose
Imagine you're at work, your boss comes in, looks over your shoulder, you're at OnlyFans.com. He's like, no, I'm in the safe for work section of OnlyFans. It's fine.
John Cerasani's teaching me business. I'll own it. I'll be your boss.
Imagine you order John Cerasani's OnlyFans account, and now you're on Caleb Hammer's show, and he's going through your charges on your credit card. He's like, oh, I see OnlyFans out here. No, that's not what you think, Caleb. This is totally different.
It's a really cool guy that plays poker.
Yeah.
The problem is the algorithm doesn't push it out because there's so many people on here that are so gambling focused that they scroll right past it and it screws up the algorithm. So if I put long form business content on OnlyFans and use that as a platform, seems like, hey, that was the original point of OnlyFans, and then the porn industry and everyone else kind of took it over. 100 years from now or 50 years from now, is OnlyFans going to be this big player, and they're going to be in the executive meetings laughing, hey, remember that 12-year period when it was all like porn and stuff? Good thing we got guys like John Cerasani to cross over and start delivering content.
What kind of fantasy is this? The executives 50 years from now are going to be talking about how John Cerasani saved OnlyFans?
Yeah.
This started with, hey guys, what do you think about this idea? And now it's turning into this fantasy where he saved OnlyFans.
He doesn't even have, here's what people like John Cerasani are missing. He doesn't even have like a loyal fan base.
Correct.
Like the first person that came to mind, like if Portnoy did something like this,
yep,
Stoolies would go over there and pay for it. You know what I mean? Like if someone with a fan base like that said, hey, I'm going to start an OnlyFans, that might change how that is viewed because they're both big enough and have like loyalty. They have if Shane Gill said, I'm putting my special on OnlyFans, people would flock over there.
Or Brendan Schaub, if he went there, the thick boys would be
Absolutely.
lining up
Absolutely,
to
yeah.
check out that content. This seems like an idea that Bert Kreischer would have, by the way.
But I'll say this. Bert Kreischer actually did do his roast on OnlyFans. I just
There you
realized
go.
that.
There you go.
But I'll say this, like, they do have fans. Like, they
Right.
have more of a fan base than John Cerasani. Go to John Cerasani's YouTube channel. Those videos don't do anything.
Right.
He does live streams where he's giving out business advice, just like he says he's going to do on OnlyFans. It doesn't get any numbers for free. You think those people are then going to go migrate to OnlyFans and pay him money for it?
Well, yeah, because his kids' kids are going to need that money in the future, Mike.
That's a fair point.
That's the selling point on this, is that he needs generational wealth.
But his argument is like, hey, these videos where I inspire all of you, they don't do that well on Instagram.
Yep.
So I think they're going to do really well on behind a
Charge
paywall.
you for them.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
John Cerasani to cross over and start delivering content
It's almost like he's not a good business person, but I digress.
that serves the original purpose of why we invented this app. If you work at OnlyFans or know someone that does, have them contact me, because I could lead that charge, or I could be part of it at least. All right? But again, to you guys, should I start an OnlyFans account for long form business content and use that as my platform? Let me know. Thank you.
Has to be a joke, right?
My answer is yes, he should do that.
He
But
should, yes.
Here's what I think he's doing if he's smarter than we think he is.
Okay.
He's trying to go all gambling.
Right.
But he doesn't want to look like a phony because he's always preached, hey, I'm not here for clout. I'm not here to make money. I'm not here to be an influencer. I'm here to inspire you to quit your day job. That's what I'm all about. So he's saying if I can move that content to OnlyFans, and then even if no one subscribes to it, then I could just stop doing it and be full-time gambling. That's what I think might be happening.
That's an interesting strategy right there, because no one knows how many people are subscribing to any of the OnlyFans pages.
Right.
Huh. See, I thought that this guy's just a clown. No one takes him seriously when it comes
That's
to
also a
business.
possibility. I'm not ruling that out. It's just one theory.
And it's just a terrible idea, not understanding how the world works, because even in the comments, I was reading through them and everyone's just like, yeah, this is what Patreon's for. Yeah, you should go to Patreon, not OnlyFans. Why would you go to OnlyFans? Like, everyone's just like, what are you talking about? There's one guy I saw was just like, I'd follow you on OnlyFans. So that guy might be gay. I don't know what the deal is.
It's actually surprising he hasn't had a Patreon all along. It just seems like that would be the natural place where he does.
He's
longer
not on
form.
social media to make money. What part of this did you not understand, Mike?
I get it.
He's made enough money for him and his kids, but not his kids' kids.
What I worry about the OnlyFans is like eventually does he try and get the daughter in on that? Like, hey, you can see more of her.
Wow.
At a certain tier.
That when he brought up OnlyFans, that's what I was concerned about, because he was showing off his daughter wearing her titty dress last week. So I was like, wait a second, where are we going with
That's
this?
just what dads and daughters do.
That is true. I host the creep off.
That's
I know all about it. All right, we got to go over to YouTube and TikTok, but first I want to thank the fine people who are using supertip.gg/WATP to participate in the show.
Listen up, people. We need more cinder blocks sent to Perry Caravello.
Cinder blocks. Hey, guess what? They're allowed. Cinder blocks are allowed at Studio 102.
All right, people are trying to fuck with Perry Caravello on WATS. That's fun.
Oh, no.
Raper Butt for $5 says, I saw a very cringe internet video this week of a group playing Simpsons trivia. You guys see that? That should be cringe of the week.
I heard it didn't go over too well.
Oh, poor Andy. He had a vision. But
It seems like an odd venue for it. Stuttering John weekend to include Simpsons trivia.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right about that.
I'm speaking in hindsight.
I'm not going to defend Trucker Andy any further. You're probably right about that. Turns out none of the guys on Shuli's show give a shit about The Simpsons. And,
all right.
The guys at WATP do, so it didn't really work out as well as we were hoping. Damn. Cool Cut Casting $5 says, I wrote off Mike for his undying loyalty to Shill Burr, but that Reagan episode reeled me back in. P.S. Carl is an espresso martini. Go screw.
The Bill Burr thing is very funny because if you listen to my opinion on it, I'm just like, guys, explain it to me, and they're all like, "You're a shill." I'm like, what's the disconnect here? Why aren't you understanding what I'm saying?
You and Craig having that argument over and over again, Where Craig would just be like, yeah, but he used to have jokes with it. And you're going, no, he didn't. He never had jokes. Craig's
He
like,
was
"No,
ranting.
it used to be funny." I'm Craigophile when it comes to this argument. I think Bill Burr has lost his way.
All right. I'll have you on for the debate. You can help Craig one
Sounds
day.
good. Rocco Orby 2025 bucks says, where I live, families eat at Twin Peaks. It's weird. Take your kids to Chuck E. Cheese's and leave us pervs our space. Twin Peaks, huh? That's fun. I get it.
Yeah.
I thought Bill Burr, the thing that annoyed me the most about him was when he was praising the fire department or the firefighters in LA who failed miserably. And he was saying all these people on the internet think that they know what should have been done or what was good and what wasn't good, while he was saying what was good and what wasn't good. He literally is a guy on the internet just ranting his own stupid opinion, not having any knowledge of anything. Like, well, the house is burned down, so it seems like they didn't do a great job.
I guess my thing is, like, I think people are just mad that now they disagree with his points. I don't think he's changed in any way. I think he would have gone on a rant like that 10 years ago, and people just would have agreed with him more. So it wasn't a problem.
Yeah, he wasn't.
That's my whole argument with the entire.
I understand. He wasn't looking for laughs. He was looking to make a political point and shut down the haters.
All right.
But maybe I go back and listen to old Bill Burr. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe he was never going for laughs. I remember him on Opie and Anthony being hysterical.
I'm not saying not going for laughs. I'm saying he would rant in that way very often on his podcast.
Understood. He was never funny on his podcast. I'll give you that. Jake Huston.
That's not what I was saying.
Says, hey, Carl, please come on my show. Jake, yes, I'll come on your show. As I mentioned in the email I sent to you, we got to set it up ahead of time so I can schedule my day around it. You can't just send me a link and expect me to hop on. I'm busy. I'm doing stuff.
Give him several months' notice.
Timothy McD says, what was the last shit? Okay, I think he means, why was the last shit the biggest? When talking about that joke,
great point,
Yeah,
actually.
because he shat at McDonald's, then Burger King, and then a Subway. Then he goes to this tavern and blows up the bathroom.
Maybe he's eating at all those places, and then at the tavern he's probably drinking as well.
I wish he would have filled in more details.
I know.
That would have been helpful. Why the fuck did it start with? That had to be a true story about him driving to Boston to go see a client. Because why else?
It had nothing to do with the joke.
Nothing to do with anything.
Hey, you know what? You got to give him this. It's a joke that 10 minutes later we're realizing things about it.
It is like a bucket transit. We're just like, wait a second.
It's sitting with us.
Yeah, why would he say that part of it? You can just be like, I was in Boston last week, and I don't know.
We might have to start playing that joke every week and just dissect, seeing what new we learn about it.
I agree. I'm saving it. I Come Bucket says, Cerasani takes the Patriots 28-3 comeback as gospel.
I'm not sure I get the context.
Takes the Patriots 28-3 comeback. So that was the Super Bowl win.
Yes, where they beat the Falcons.
Yes. He takes the comeback as gospel. I'll have to think about that one too. I got a lot to
There's a lot on our plate here, yeah.
There's a lot on our plate right now. All right. Speaking of things on our plate, let's head over to YouTube.
I'll stop the show and watch YouTube.
I just want to say this right now. I don't normally throw Mike under the bus, but Mike's the one who did the prep on this one. He's the one who sent me this link.
Oh, no.
When people get upset with me.
Oh, I'll take the blame. It's my fault.
When people get upset with me that we're watching this and I see the numbers start to drop off.
I wanted to celebrate Easter.
This was Mike's idea to do this.
Next, coming to the stage, put your hands together for Christine Knowlton.
Thank you, Paige. Thank you. Oh my gosh, it's so.
I'm an idiot too, though. I put this in the thumbnail. I put her big dumb body.
Well, I think that's good, actually. Warn people.
Yeah, right. Everyone had a warning with this.
Yeah.
I didn't put her name in the title, but I did put her on the thumbnail.
It really got me to click on it because it was titled Christine Knowlton live from Dat Fan and Friends. And that excited me, but Dat Fan's not introducing her. I don't know where he is.
I think that he's outsourcing the Dat Fan and Friends franchise now.
A name like that. Yeah.
Maybe we could maybe we could be part of the Dat Fan and Friends network.
Franchise. I'd love to host one day.
I would too. This would be great. She is washed out in a weird way. I think it has something to do with her lighting or something, but she looks like a ghoul. Let's just put it that way. Even more so than usual.
great to be here. Oh my, yeah, some time has passed, and yeah, we're heading into another holiday, man. I'm not kidding you. These holidays, they pop up like they're holidays or something. You know, the calendar companies got.
Whoa. Okay.
She's Chip.
We have another holiday. What is it, like another holiday or something? What the fuck was that?
I like what she just read. She does eventually get into her patented songs, but I like her just riffing at the top here.
I purposely didn't watch this yet. I wanted to be surprised.
Oh, there's some good singing.
All right, let me back up a little bit because then she's going to get into calendar companies. You know, those big calendar we call.
Oh, I've had enough of them. They control the
These
media.
holidays, they pop up like they're holidays or something. You know, the calendar companies got everybody going nuts. It's like, what candy season is it? It's always candy season. It's candy o'clock. All right. In my case, I love candy. Did I eat too much candy today? I might be too hyper for this. Oh my goodness. But all right, since it's Easter,
adorable. I believe that she ate too much candy today. I believe that. She's got the body of someone who enjoys candy a little bit too much.
She's like an adorable little tyke, though. She's just bouncing off the walls. She had too much. She had too much candy, and I'm glad someone's finally skewering these big calendar companies for getting us to buy chocolate. It's enough already.
Oh, what is this calendar company? Cadbury? Wait a second. This is a
How deep does this go?
Right, yeah. Someone's going to murder the CEO of Cadbury. I'm like, yes, good.
Finally, away with Arbor Day.
Easter song for you. This is the WTF portion of the show. Yes, I like to fail. I like to fail hard. If I'm going to fail, I'm going to fail with my ukulele. So here
I hope you like it, because otherwise, if you don't enjoy failing, you'd be suicidal. So
it's good. It's good to start with that. Hey, buckle up, gang. This is probably going to fail. So everyone, brace yourselves.
You guys know my material usually is terrible. No exception today. Don't you worry about that.
If I can prolong this Christine Knowlton bit for just another moment.
Yeah, why not?
And say that's the real hateable thing about Dat Fan is they're such failures at comedy that they just have this circle jerk Zoom meeting every week where they perform for each other. They don't perform for an audience. It's just like, hey guys, aren't I still being funny in front of no one? What? Why are you doing this?
This went up yesterday. It has 2 views, and I'm both of them.
I'm honestly, I'm 1 and you're 2, I guess.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Here we go, guys. Easter comes but once a year. Unlike me. If you like rabbits, there's nothing to fear.
Oh my God. And the lack of musical talent, we don't talk about enough. She's corny. She's awful. I hate how horny she is in these songs. It's off-putting. But the melodies that she sings, she does these 2-chord things. Have you ever heard a song before? Do you know how singing sounds like?
But you're not everyone has to be Weird Al, our guy. You know, you're kind of a music snob. You're a traditionalist. You're not focusing on how good the lyrics are.
Okay,
try and focus on that.
Right, let me forget about the melody. Let's just listen to the joke that she's singing here.
Unlike me. If you like rabbits, there's nothing to fear. Bringing children lots of cheer. Hopping down the bunny trail. What if that bunny was a whale?
Imagine.
Leaving eggs.
Is she making this up? I hope she's making this up as she goes. This is atrocious.
What if the bunny was a whale? Wouldn't that be something? It rhymes. You can't argue with that.
Okay, I'm gonna tap soon. Let's see where she's.
I gave that option. I knew it would be quick.
You wrote in the notes to me. You wrote, "We'll see how far we get."
Yeah.
This is a 7-minute video where
right further than I expected.
We're a minute in. Let's see where she's going with this. Bunnies are whales now.
Leaving eggs and candies in the ocean. Holding your breath that long would require a potion. Wait, what if you didn't have a potion? Then you'd drown. That wouldn't be good.
What? Should she just apply logic to her own nonsense and go, that's stupid?
This is legitimately like if my 5-year-old nephew did this.
Yeah.
you'd kind of be like,
You'd lock him
"Oh, very good, bud." And then I'd be whispering to my girlfriend, like, are we worried about him? Like developmentally? Like, is he a little, you know what I mean? Like, even at that young age, you'd be like, he's a little retarded, right?
Hey, I'd like you to sing that same song to Dr. Smith. Dr. Smith, you're going to be seeing him a couple times a week.
The Easter Bunny brings great joy, bringing candies and lots of toys. Lots of goodies, what a surprise. Uh-oh, here comes Farmer Ted to shoot him between the eyes.
Oh,
Happy
I honestly wasn't expecting that.
She finally sang a different fucking note. And it was completely off key. God damn it.
I
know.
do-
I'm not supposed to be focused on the melody. I know. I apologize.
No, I will give you that though. It's interesting to not just have lyrics that you're seemingly coming up with on the spot. Like you're just rhyming potion with lotion because it's the first thing you thought of.
Yep.
But to do it in the most annoying, draining, monotonous voice really enhances the bit, I think.
Honestly, Smelly Cat on Friends is 10 times better than anything that she could ever do.
That's what she's going for.
I just realized that now. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, this is that thing where the person's so bad. That
Right.
people
Hey,
laugh.
guys, I'm like Phoebe Buffet.
Yeah, good stuff.
in the eyes. Happy Easter, enjoy your pie. Now, why is it that we eat ham on Easter and we don't eat Easter rabbits? I mean, I guess that would be different. Instead of Easter eggs, we'd get like Easter jerky. I mean, bunny jerky. Like, I don't know. That's too morbid. Anyway, like, I swear, it's like it's Easter grass and then there's Easter grass because it falls on 420 this year. Hell yeah. Where are my 420 people?
All right, she almost connected a thought right there. So shocking. Wasn't ready for that. God, she's so manic too. She knows that as soon as she stops talking, it's going to be silence. So she just goes, yeah. And then like, what if we ate bunnies? But you can't eat bunnies, but they do make pretty good jerky. I don't know if you ever had jerky before. That seems crazy, right? I mean, maybe they have jerky. I don't know.
And shame on the one lady that kind of keeps giving her something. Every once in a while. It's like you're doing her a disservice by laughing at this.
I swear I didn't have a lot of chocolate before the show. I swear I'm getting off the candy. No, I'm diabetic. I can't do that. Oh my goodness. But yes, yeah.
Yeah, every hack needs a Jeff Heisen to encourage them and keep them going, I guess. Are we good with this?
Yeah. You get the gist. I think everyone's in the Easter spirit now.
Oh my God, she's so bad. She's so bad at this.
It is like the only reason I sent that is because we haven't talked about her in a long time.
Yeah.
But I forgot we stopped talking about her because it was all that song.
Yes.
It was all that same melody, the same bland
Two chords.
lyrics, and it was like
Yep.
I'm coming or something. There was another one I could have sent, just as long and monotonous.
Well, you suffered through it, so please tell us what it was.
It was about vibrating Easter eggs.
Okay.
That she shoved in her pussy for some reason.
Okay. Well, for some reason, because no penis will go in there. That's the reason.
Sure, I suppose.
She doesn't have a lot of options when it comes to things going in that vagina of hers.
It's still oblong. It's a little misshapen for her.
She's an interesting character to be that untalented, that fat, that ugly, and want to be on the internet. Like doing all of these things.
And
so
giving it a
often.
go for as long as she has.
it's
There's something
unique.
to it. There's something about that Zoom group, Dat Fan and his friends. I don't know if admire is the word, but it should be studied in some form or fashion.
You know how, and now I'm drawing a blank on the guy's name, the drummer for Guns N' Roses was kicked out of Guns N' Roses for doing too much heroin.
Okay.
I definitely should know his name. Very famous. But
Slash?
It wasn't. No, it was the drummer, not the guitarist.
Gotcha.
But getting kicked out of not Izzy Stradlin, the Wired Christian. Come on, if you don't know, you're not helping. Steven Adler. Thank you, Simon Shape.
Oh, okay.
Steven Adler was kicked out of Guns N' Roses because he was too much of a drug addict. And that's embarrassing because Guns N' Roses, these guys are all just doing whatever the fuck they want. They're all doing drugs. They don't give a shit. And they're like, you've gone too far. Imagine the meeting with Christine Knowlton to let her know she's no longer welcome on Dat Fan and Friends. I'm sorry, you're not funny enough for Dat Fan and Friends. Like, what?
She doesn't get the link one week. What is this?
What's going on right now? You just don't have what it takes, hon. I'm sorry. We can't encourage you anymore. It's too much.
Be devastating.
This is Cyrax, one of the internet's famous lol cows. This one came in from Robo Shitstain MK9000. Cyrax got a new guitar. Cyrax likes to play. He's similar to King Cobra in that way. He likes to play his guitar, and he's got it plugged in, and he's ready to show off some licks for us.
Well, guys, be right back.
First, he's got to put it down and grab something.
Just 1 moment.
All right. He says he's going to be right back. So he set his guitar down, obviously not on a guitar stand, because it fell right down. And so he leaves the room, and I'm going to scrub a little bit. He comes back later. He's grabbing his guitar again. He's picking it up, and he's going to finally show us these licks he's ready to show off.
Oh.
Don't worry, I'm broken. Just gotta fucking put the damn strap back on it. I don't want to stay on.
Yeah.
Oh, and as for you motherfucking trolls,
thank you.
Y'all need to fuck off.
All right. I'll be fucking off real soon. Cyrax, thank you for that.
Trolls would be hot. Like, if you were doing music and people were criticizing it, those might be trolls. I feel like if you're just banging on your fucking cymbals while the most annoying sound possible is humming in the background and people are criticizing it, I don't know if you can call them trolls.
Wait a second, Mike. You're saying that isn't a form of entertainment where a guy plugs in his electric guitar with a bunch of distortion and just drops it on the floor a few times in a row? It's
tough. I was having the debate in my head. Would I rather listen to this noise or Christine Knowlton? It's a toss-up.
That is a toss-up. Christine Knowlton's too predictable, so I think I'd rather hear Cyrax drop his guitar.
That's a good point.
All right, I'm ready to head over to TikTok. That's where we usually finish things up. That's where all the action is on social media.
TikTok's a psyop by the Chinese to fuck up the minds of our youth and some other people too. So let's talk quite a lot about these TikTokers we stalk and know. Oh, TikTok fucking blows.
And I want to start with a video that was posted in our Discord. WhoAreThese.com. There's a link to our Discord server. You can join for free. There's a channel in there. Who Are These Socials? And Attack Dog Customs posted this. And it's a Trisha Paytas fan. Now, as you know, Trisha Paytas is touring the United States. I think it's her Eras tour.
Sure.
Still not quite sure what she does, but she's selling out theaters.
Performing music or giving talks? What does she do?
I think she puts on different outfits and wears different makeup.
Good. This country's really going places.
Yeah, I'm sure it's very entertaining. What do I know? But here is a fan who's not happy with how she was treated at the Trisha Paytas show.
Yeah. So tell me what happened.
I bought a stupid meet and greet package. I guess it wasn't the right meet and greet package. Meet and greet on their meet and greet.
And you got off this Ticketmaster, right?
I got a signed poster and then be able to be frontline to that.
All right. So when she said frontline to that, it pans over and shows the merch table that nobody is at. It's not a single person. There's like a bunch of shirts and shit hanging up.
Well, maybe it's early. Things will pick up.
Maybe that's true.
But I spent almost 80 hours on this.
So she created this poster. It looks like hand stitched or something. This Trisha Paytas poster that's framed. She spent 80 hours. She was going to the meet and greet. She paid extra money to meet her and give her this poster, this Trisha Paytas poster.
Time well spent.
Well, I don't think she thinks that right now. She seems upset.
Then I get to meet her.
All you wanted to do was meet Trisha
Yeah,
Paytas.
that's it. I feel like an idiot, but I am.
Well, she's gonna get the poster, okay? She will get it. I will make sure of it. I will rush the stage and give it to her. I'll get kicked out.
Worker or something to be able to give it to her. Just hold it up high.
Yeah.
How sad is that?
What What does she do to these people? What is the appeal? I thought when we started talking about Trisha Paytas, I didn't realize she had like fans. Like,
I didn't
people that
either.
respected her.
When we found out that she was touring, I'm like, I remember my first instinct was, let's see how many tickets are available at this theater. And they're like, oh, it's sold out in Toronto. Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't ready for that.
Wow. I mean, good for her, Trisha, I guess, for duping these people. But Jesus Christ.
This woman was beside herself. She was wearing a Trisha Paytas shirt that she bought. She purchased the meet and greet ticket. She obviously, had the ticket for the show itself. She spent 80 hours on this art piece for her. And Trisha Paytas couldn't even be bothered to hang out with her. And this is not the first time that we've heard people were duped by the meet and greet when it comes to Trisha.
Right. There's so much wrong with this because I was going to try and come up with a comparison of like, do you think whatever performer X had this in the 70s, but because there was no TikTok, we just don't have evidence of it. But I couldn't think of someone as valueless as Trisha Paytas to compare to. Like it was just musical acts or people that were doing something of substance. But like this is just a lady on TikTok and you're having this reaction. I don't understand it.
And honestly, the meet and greet should be the main part. Like, oh, this is the person I've been following on social media. I get to talk to them now.
Right, because she's not a performer.
She's not a performer. She doesn't do anything. It's like her tour should be, I'll eat food in front of you. I'll mukbang in person.
I rented out a bar. You can bring me up whatever wacky food you think, and I'll eat it.
Yeah, fish fillet? Sure, why not? Thanks. All right, Shauna Ray is a famous TV star.
Yeah, did we ever talk about her on this show?
I think that we did, but I could be wrong.
Okay, I know I talked about her on the Blind Mike Project a couple years ago, but it's been a while. But I think people started talking about her around the time she got a TLC show.
Yes.
And as TLC so often does, they had a show where the title should have been, look at this freak. Look at this mutant. Shauna Ray has a horrible disease. It's very actually unfortunate what happened to her. But the result of this disease is she has dwarfism and she stopped basically maturing growth-wise at age, I don't know, 10?
Yeah, 8 or 10, somewhere around there.
So she looks and sounds like a 10-year-old.
Right.
But she's an adult. She's in her 20s. And she's out there fucking and sucking now. And it is uncomfortable to watch.
So terrible.
And me and Craig talked about this when we first discovered Shauna Ray. At that time, Shauna Ray was looking for love. She was seeking a boyfriend. And we couldn't decide if the person that settles down with Shauna Ray was a complete vile human being.
You couldn't?
Or hold on, hear us out here.
All right.
Or sort of commendable because they have this sickness inside them and they've said, I will channel this into fucking this adult, apparently.
Yeah, basically, if Chris Hansen had met her, she'd be bait.
Yes.
She would have gotten a job at Dateline.
Absolutely.
This would be the perfect person you put out there because anyone who's dating this woman is obviously attracted to underage prepubescent girls.
Some of the people, if Chris Hansen did that, some of the people that walked in would see her and go, oh, gee, I didn't realize she was this young. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Right, yeah, oh, gross. Never mind. All right, well, this is her talking about her adult boyfriend.
Yes.
Oh, this is on a podcast.
Like another my boyfriend, we were at the dog park with my dog and...
Okay, so she's talking on this podcast called The Unplanned Podcast.
Okay.
And I have some thoughts about that, too. Let me play some clips. But she's being
my
interviewed.
boyfriend, we were at the dog park with my dog, and someone's like, is it your dog or your dad's dog? And he's like, I'm not her dad, I'm her boyfriend. And she's like, oh, he's joking, right? He's your dad. I'm like, no, I'm a woman. I just have dwarfism. And she's like, oh, and she got...
The most disturbing part about this for me is she still has her baby teeth. It's one thing to have dwarfism. Like, I understand there's little people in the world. They don't, grow to the same size as normal people. Yeah, I said normal.
Yeah.
But she still has her baby teeth, for Christ's sake. Like, there's no mistaking this for an adult. No one would do that.
See, to me, and maybe this is my own disability getting involved here, but to me, the most disturbing part is the voice.
Yes.
Because even if you're like, hey, she's a person, she's an adult, I don't care what she looks like. To hear that voice in the bedroom should be very disturbing to you.
Can you stop calling it my wee wee, please? It's my cock. Just say cock.
I'm
so
wet, mister.
Yeah, could you imagine that's her name for her boyfriend? Her pet name is Mister. Oh, this is so gross.
She got uncomfortable and left. That's an emotional test for him, is seeing people react to it and how he deals with it. And then there's the sexual test, where they get tested for any diseases, because that's very important. To be
I don't want to get herpes.
I like that her story is there's a woman at the dog park who finds out that they're fucking and goes, "Oh, I don't want to be around you." Yeah, your boyfriend is a creep.
I gotta say, this lady should be scolded for not calling the police.
Right. Maybe she did. Maybe we don't know. Like, I'm not falling for this one.
Yeah, but there's kind of like an indignance when she talks, she's in a terrible position. I get it. That's a rough hand she was dealt.
Mm-hmm.
But to be like, and this lady was like, "Is your dad with you?" And I'm like, that's my boyfriend, bitch. To have like no understanding of this lady's perspective is a little wild.
Yeah, maybe just let that one slide. Just let her think that.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's the old man.
Right. And you know that this boyfriend makes her wax it all too, right?
The boyfriend has to be, and she tries to defend him as best she can.
Sure.
Because she in her mind has to accept this. She doesn't realize what a pervert this man must be.
It's a problem.
Because there's no way to get past that. You know what I mean? Like, if you're with one of the ladies on My 600-Pound Life or whatever, maybe you're like, hey, she's beautiful on the inside. Good for you. Right. There's no way to get past this. She looks and sounds like a child and feels like a child.
Think about the leverage she has in this relationship. If she dumps him, the only replacement he'll go to jail for. You know what I mean? It's just like, what are you going to do? Fuck a real 10-year-old? Because you're going to get a lot of trouble for that. They're watching you, buddy. I'll tell you that. As soon as I leave.
And I said, like, imagine that voice in the bedroom, but imagine talking to someone with that voice about conversations like she's having, where she's like, golly gee, I hope I don't have a sexually transmitted disease.
Yeah, let me back that up a little bit. Oh, no, go ahead. Finish your thought. I'm sorry.
I can't imagine having that discussion with someone. Like, it's not syphilis, is it?
Yeah, like, don't use that language around me, young lady.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
How do you know what that is?
For any diseases, because that's very important to be open and honest about in the beginning, especially with a medical situation where anything can happen to me. Like another my boyfriend.
So I guess she's saying there that if she got an STD, it would be more detrimental to her. Like, should she be in a bubble or something? Is that what she's saying?
Yeah, she's probably more at risk health-wise. I don't really know the extent of her. I know she had some form of cancer. I don't really know a lot about her disease, but
all right. Well, let's not bring up the C word. I'm trying to make fun of her here, Mike. Come on, help me out.
It's a brutal hand she's dealt. I'm more focused on this creep that she's making a life with.
All right. Well, hopefully they're just acting like adults in public so that it doesn't seem like this guy's dating a child.
Definitely. Yeah.
We're out shopping and I got bored, so hi. I really need my period to go away. It's
So what she's doing right now is she is playing hide and seek. She's hiding behind some shirts that are hung up in this store.
Yeah, I did that as a boy, and when I was in Filene's with my parents.
Yep.
I wonder if he'll notice where I went, because I even have my feet lifted. Like... Ah, fuck! Hi. We're out shopping. And
Okay.
I'm under this blanket. I hope he can't see me.
I don't think it's great that the boyfriend enjoys playing hide and seek and hopscotch.
No, he's a creep.
Musical chairs. What are they doing?
And she makes a lot of videos where she's like, "Oh, the shit he gets online just for being in love with me." And there are times where I get that. I'm an empathetic guy. I try my best to have an understanding for a lot of these people. But you're missing what we're saying, Shauna. He, if it wasn't for you, would likely be fucking kids. There's no other way to explain this.
And she's not helping by pinning a tail on the donkey for her birthday. You know what I mean? She's playing right into it.
I like the indignance they have too, where it's like, what? My girlfriend likes getting on the merry-go-round. Why are you looking at me funny?
It gets her wet. What's your problem? All right, let's one more clip on here. And this is, she doesn't like to reveal her boyfriend's identity.
Thank God.
I know. I'm guessing
there are plenty of websites that do that already.
Yeah, I'm guessing that was an order from him.
Yeah.
Care if his face is out there. I more worry because he has a nice job. I don't want anything going bad to the job.
Yeah.
The job knows who I am. They know what I do for my living. They love me. They sent me a gift basket because I was really, really insecure. I was like, no, don't tell them you're dating me because they're going to be like, no, she's a TV star. You can't be affiliated with that.
That's not the problem.
It's not the problem. They don't know what I do for a living. I'm on TLC. Like, wait, why would that be a problem? Who cares? She goes, I don't want to put his face out there because I'm worried about his job. By the way, his job knows that he's dating me and they love me. Well, then what's going to happen? What do you mean?
They're not going to like me because I'm such a big celebrity.
Yeah, is she that delusional? Is she dumb?
It's because you're a child, sweetheart.
Right.
I know you don't feel that way, but to us, you are.
And so they sent me a basket and they're like, we think you're great. Like, we'd love to meet you. That's really comforting. But with everything that social media is and everything I know my boyfriend isn't, I just don't want him to be labeled something and him not be my partner forever.
Okay. This is the thing that I was picking up on during this show. Yeah. She's just like, I just don't want people to think my boyfriend's a PDF file just because he's banging this person who looks like they're 10. Yeah. And then people will be upset about that. And these podcasters are like, oh, gosh, do people really think that about your boyfriend? That can't. Is that really true? Oh, God damn. This is called the Unplanned Podcast. I might have to review this week on WATP.
Oh, good.
We got Pat Oates coming on, and I'm like, if these hosts are just sitting there, none of them go speak up and just go, why is your boyfriend attracted to you? This is terrible.
Yeah, please do. I'd like to listen to that.
Yeah.
Because I've only seen these clips you posted. I didn't hear the whole podcast.
These reactions are ridiculous. This is an hour and a half long podcast they do.
Because again, like, I get it if it's some other plight. You know what I mean? Almost any other plight where it's like, yeah, because I'm this, people think he must be that. But it's like, no, if he's able to get an erection, then there's something sick about it, and it's unfortunate for you, young lady.
Right?
We all know what this is.
The only penises around you should be soft.
Yes.
The only type of penis that's acceptable around a girl who looks like she's 10.
Yes.
At this point, unless I'm marrying him or spending the rest of my life with him, his face isn't going to be shown. Care if his face is out there.
He just has to introduce himself to all his neighbors, but to us, he can remain anonymous.
Yes. I love that she acts like she doesn't understand what the issue is here.
I know. That's the thing, is like, as a disabled person myself, it's like a conversation I've had with my girl where it's like, listen, there's stuff that's going to be a pain in the ass for you. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be self-aware in that way. Like, are you sure you're okay with this? There must be something in there that she knows, because she seems like mentally a functional adult.
Kind of.
So she must be able to grasp why it's weird for everyone.
I can't wait to check out this podcast. I don't know what to make of it.
Good.
We got the Hebrew Hammer in our Discord sent me this video. This is a guy named Nightfall, and he has some observations about the NS-31 Blue Origin rocket that just sent Katy Perry into space.
Nice.
And I think you're going to enjoy these observations. Probably things that you talked about with your buddies too when you guys were discussing this.
Oh.
You really think NS-31 is just some random letters and numbers? Gotta talk about this. My name's Nightfall, by the way. I do this for educational and entertainment purposes only. As we all know, this isn't just a random symbol either. So unfortunately, N is the 14th number in the alphabet and S is the 19th. 14 plus 19 is 33. 3 plus 3 is 6. Did you...
Hold on a second. This guy doesn't understand numerology at all.
No.
33 is 33. You don't add 3 and 3 together and make 6. It's 33.
33 is the greatest number that can be.
Right. He had it. He was right there with it. He lost it was like, what?
I like that he's acting like some of the stock guys I watch, where he's like, "Hey, listen, this is just for education and entertainment. If you make a ton of money on this, it's not me, you know."
Right.
Did you happen to notice who all the faces are staring at too in the middle? So also, there was 4 white women that went, and there was 2 black women. 4 plus 2 is 6. And then I don't know if you noticed.
Why are you counting that?
There were 4 women or 6 women. Why does he have to? Why does he pull out 4 white and 2 black and then get to 6?
Because you could also there's 1 gay woman and 5 straight, right?
Right. Yeah. There you go. There's another thing you can do. There's 1 pop star and 5 idiots.
1 black lady.
It's so funny.
No, there are 2 black ladies.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
The 6 symbols in all the corners next to their names, but then there's a 7th symbol right here. You see this one? For some reason, there's this extra 7th symbol. It's not a star because it's much bigger than just the normal stars that are over here. Let me know down in the comments if you guys know what these symbols mean. It does make me just a little nervous why there's that extra symbol in there. What, did something come back? So I don't have this thing fully decoded yet or anything, but
good.
Don't forget to follow. I'm not even saying anything. I'm just pointing stuff out. I really think
Yeah,
NS...
no shit. You said nothing.
I was worried he went into this half-assed until the end.
No. Guys, I'm just asking the questions that everyone's asking. Like, why are there 7 symbols and 6 people? And that is,
you know, we should tell him he could be charging $35,000 for this type of information.
That's what we learned last week.
Yeah.
On this program, GT33 is charging the premium members. Is that a lifetime or is that a year? 35 grand.
Oh, you know, I don't know. I mean, either way.
No, I mean, it doesn't matter. I would hope I'd get all the knowledge for 35 grand.
Yeah, I would think it's got to be a lifetime, right?
Could you imagine if it's on auto renew? That's one of those ones you're like, fuck. Why did I set a reminder for myself? God damn it.
Oh, it's February already.
Ika Bucket says, can I request to see Keat's tits soon?
Who's that?
I don't know. Who's Keat?
I don't know.
I want to see Keat's tits too.
Sure. Well, we better be careful.
Oh yeah. This. I think this was sent in before the
Okay, thank God.
Adult whatever. Jay Order $5 says, when that guitar fell the last time, it actually sounded amazing if it was the context of some music I like. Yeah, I mean it was something.
It was music.
Could have been I don't know if it was music, but it could have been an accent to something. We got to get into our boy.
Sitting in my mobile coffee shop,
making videos about
my transvestite children for TikTok.
I'm proud of the jingles on this show. We're not using AI like all the other shows are doing now. These are legit jingles made by the listeners to the show, and they're fantastic. And of course, I brought up earlier, Record Lover in the Discord has a TikTok account called woke.dad. You should follow that. He's posting a lot of videos, old Daniel Alexander videos. And there was one I saw that he posted in the Discord from December of 2022 where Dan is talking about how he's actively writing a book about parenting transgender kids.
Oh, damn.
I know.
Has it come out yet?
No. What he doesn't talk about it. What happened to this project? He was talking about where the money was going to go when he made money off of this book. He had all these ideas for it.
Oh, I bet it was going to go to the art studio.
Part of it was, yeah. But he also had this other foundation or something.
Good.
He was going to donate it to. Could you imagine this guy writing a book about parenting transgender kids? The audio version of that book. I mean, we're starting up a brand new Patreon. I know you and I have talked about we don't want to have a WATS Patreon, but if there was an audio version of Dan explaining how to parent transgender,
we would have to do that on OnlyFans because I'd be jerking off.
It'd be amazing. I just saw that video. I was like, fuck. Get back to writing that book, Dan. Stop it with these. You got enough mugs.
Dan, there's a novel in there. Get it out.
Yes.
Come on.
Not a novel. I
will. You know what, guys? Go to his TikTok. We always say, like, don't be nasty to him or anything, obviously. I would say that not only don't be nasty, go to his TikTok and say, hey, Daniel, what's happening with that book?
Yeah, encourage
When are you getting back on that book? We need that to happen.
Oh, my God. I want to read whatever he's done so far. He can just publish whatever he's already.
Right? Yeah.
written.
Send us the draft, Daniel. We'll pay.
Of course. Yeah. I'm right. I'm ready to pre-order over here. All right. Let's see what you picked out. You called this engaging form of arguing.
Oh yes, this is. I think I meant enraging, actually. Which,
that would make
which
more
will
sense.
make more sense
Yes,
when you watch this.
That would make more sense. Let's see what he's saying here.
You're all playing checkers while he's playing chess. Bye.
So I believe what he's referencing here is our pal Donald Trump, right? And what he's doing at the federal level.
Yeah, and calling us sheep.
And calling us sheep for thinking that he's playing chess. And okay, let's see his analysis of this.
Let me tell you why that's not quite the flex that you think it is, and kind of a clear understanding that you probably don't understand the game of chess. Now, in the game of chess, there are a bunch of different figures, and all of those different figures do different things. But in the grand scheme of things, it's a hierarchy. Some do more, some do less, and the only one that matters is the king. In fact, every other one of those pieces is sacrificial, and it's pretty common for a player to use those pieces to give the king an opportunity to run away. So they will throw that piece into the line of fire to make sure that the king survives above all else. In the game of checkers, all of those little pieces, they all mean the same thing. They all have equity. They all have the same value. So, I don't know about you, but I don't think I'm very sacrificial. And I don't know why you think you are.
What an arbitrary asshole point.
What a waste of time.
Just a complete. First of all, are a lot of people saying that? It must be referring to one person.
Yeah, I haven't heard that.
Donald Trump's playing chess while everyone's playing checkers. Like maybe someone has said that he's heard.
Sure.
But you know what they mean when they're saying it's not a literal argument. They're not saying, hey, Donald Trump sat down at his chessboard and made proper moves. He's this generation's Bobby Fischer. No one's making that argument. What they're saying is, oh, he's playing at a different level than you are. Argue that if you'd like.
Right. You can go in any direction with that analogy, the difference between checkers and chess. The point is, the reason why people say that is because chess is objectively a more strategic game. Right. It takes more strategic thinking. The people who become chess masters are highly intelligent.
And even if you want to make the argument, actually, checkers is more difficult because of whatever that's an annoying way to argue.
Right.
It's like, fine, but you know what I mean.
Right. Who cares about the rules of the game? That's not the point. The point is strategy.
Right. Like argue about Trump all day, but don't go, actually, chess, that's not even the right phrase because technically chess has a king and a bunch of pawns. And it's like, all right, man, I guess it's just a colloquial term that I used.
We all know what it means, you fucking idiot. He's like, I got you again. Debate Club Dan over here.
Can you imagine arguing with that guy?
No.
Where it's, hey, Daniel, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And it's like, well, actually, the goose can't determine what gender it is. So they're all gander.
I can only imagine what it's like to be in a relationship with him. And we actually have an example coming up of how he can never be wrong. Right. But first, let's check out these protest accessories.
Oh, good. Yeah. Well, he told us last week. But I put if you didn't get to the end of the episode, I put the video out separately of us talking about Woke Dad. And he gave us a lot of protesting tips, like don't bring your phone because these people are animals, apparently.
Okay.
But it's also good at this violent event to accessorize.
Yes.
I really need your opinion on something. I just made protest shirts. I mean, this one's mine.
So the shirt says, just because I have a penis doesn't mean I have to be a dick. That's the protest shirt he's wearing.
Who is that? Who versus? Who are we against with that shirt?
Oh, Mike. Okay. You don't understand. Republicans are dicks.
Okay. They don't all have penises, though.
No, but they're all dicks.
Just because I have a penis doesn't mean I have to be a dick. I still don't. What are we protesting with the shirt?
Dude, nothing.
Penises?
Team America taught us that Dan is a pussy.
Yeah.
And the world needs pussies and dicks and assholes because the dicks will fuck the pussies, but the dicks will also fuck the assholes.
Matt and Trey really do have a way of getting through to someone like me, where I'm like,
yeah,
that
me
is-
too.
yeah,
I'll never forget that analogy. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
We need all these people in this world. But hold on, he's got one for his significant other, his partner as well.
Pretty self-explanatory, right?
No,
not really. You might get a lot of questions. Actually.
No, it isn't. What are you protesting?
Pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, pretty clever stuff there.
Hey, you know what? He's playing checkers and I'm playing chess, I guess.
Right. And then for his girlfriend, it says, it's so bad even the introverts are here. All right, he's pointing at this one.
All right, I'll
For
save
my
it for
sweetheart, because if you know, you know. Makes sense, right? So
No.
what do you think? Really need your
So I hate the way he starts this video. Let me play this
Really
again.
need-
He wants to show off his shit, but listen what he says.
really need your opinion on something.
I really need your opinion on something. All he wants to do is show off these shirts and show how clever he is.
I need your opinion. I need you to tell me, because if I gave my opinion and said, hey, Daniel, I don't think these make any sense, and they're also, what are they protesting? They make no sense for what you're trying to get done. And, hey, Daniel, what do you think when they protested civil rights in the 60s, they had cute little T-shirts to make and could get their kids together to do arts and crafts for it? Do you think that was the struggle they were going through back then? Or maybe do you have it pretty good right now, and you don't need to do all this protesting? I don't think that comment would have been accepted.
I had a shirt on that said, I have so many fucking dreams, motherfucker. And that really, during the civil rights movement, that really is what changed everything. Changed the course.
You were getting fist bumps and
of our
high fives.
country. Yeah.
Nice, brother.
Dreams, baby. No, that I think, honestly, you're kind of saying that these shirts aren't effective. I think they're pretty good. Is Trump still in power?
Despite the shirt.
Did he overcome this protest? Is he still going?
I'm resigning. I realize that just because I have a penis, I don't have to be a dick.
This is political LARPing, is what he's doing. He's pretending that he's part of a movement, but it's all pretend. This guy's a dork.
Right.
If he was dressed up in Civil War gear and pretending to shoot at people, it wouldn't be less embarrassing.
Yeah, and I don't know what he's.
It wouldn't be more
protesting.
embarrassing, I guess is what I mean to say.
What is he protesting here? Israel, Ukraine, trans?
Oh, dude, who knows?
What is
Tariffs? Who the fuck knows?
Well, I guess my point is, in countries where they actually have to protest, you don't get to go, look at my cute little outfit.
Right. That's a very good point. Guys like Dan, he probably voted for Trump. He lives for this. This is what he wants.
It's going to be rough.
Gives him a purpose.
If there is a competent, likable, Democratic nominee in 4 years, it's going to be miserable for people like Daniel Alexander. If there's just a regular person who has some liberal thoughts that not everyone cares for, but he's someone you relate to, Daniel's not going to know what to do with himself.
So you don't think Gavin Newsom's going to get the nod then? Is that what you're saying?
No, then Daniel will be all right, I think.
Yeah, that'll be fine for sure. All right, so here's a throwback. This is what I was referencing earlier. Some self-awareness coming out of our friend Dan Alexander.
Just the other day, I had a man tell me that I acted like I was better than other people when they were talking to me. And I was sort of shocked. I didn't understand what he meant. It's honestly kind of a contradiction of the person that I am. So I asked.
It's interesting, Dan. If you want to know what he meant, watch this video back. just listen to the way you're talking to the
This
camera
seems
right
like
now.
a joke. If this was the first Daniel Alexander video I ever brought to you, you'd be like, "Oh, Mike, this is a guy doing a bit. How do you not get this?"
Right. But listen to the way you're talking right now. It's like, I don't think this guy's making a good point.
The person that I am. So I asked for him to explain. And as he was giving me examples, he was giving me all examples of times when I called out guys on homophobia or misogyny or racism or transphobia. And it became pretty clear why he was upset and the context he was using. So in case it's not clear to everyone else, I will call out people when they're doing something or saying something that's inappropriate. Hate has no home here, and that doesn't make me better than other people. It doesn't make me politically correct. It just makes me a basic human, a basic good person, and I care about other people other than myself.
All right, I'll point this out first. This is the definition of narcissism.
Why?
what we just saw right here. A guy gave him constructive criticism and he flipped it back at that person. Oh, you think I have faults? You're actually wrong. And in fact, you thinking I have faults is your issue. And you're the one who has the problem right now.
See, I took it slightly similar, but slightly differently, where what I
Please.
heard was him say, a guy said to me, "Hey, Daniel, you talk down to people sometimes." And I said, well, give me some examples of how I talk down to people. And every example he gave me was me being a hero.
Right.
And I thought, these aren't proper examples. These are me being awesome. Like, he can't see the examples the guy gave. I'm guessing, I didn't hear this conversation. Likely it didn't even happen. But if someone actually did say this, their examples were like, because I made some joke and you called me a homophobe. And he's like, oh, so you're homophobic and I'm talking down to you for stopping that. No, Daniel, you're doing it again. See?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's like this is the person you just be like, okay, we just can't hang out anymore then, man. I don't know. I was trying to like salvage our relationship. I want to be like hang with you and have you be with the guys, but you're just constantly lecturing us.
It sounds like a person, even from hearing it just from Daniel's perspective, it sounds like a person that was friends with Daniel that is likely not homophobic or transphobic or anything, but maybe isn't as stringent with the stuff as Daniel.
Yep.
And had to be talked down to, had to be lectured.
It's incredible that he would do a video like this, having no self-awareness at all. That's like, yeah. You don't know that you come across like this? Oh, not only do I not know it, I'm actually pissed at the person who brought it up, and I let them know that they're the asshole.
Yeah. Even just take us knowing who this guy is, right? Just on the surface of making a video to be like, someone gave me like mild criticism.
Yep.
Can you believe that?
Me. They
piece
said
of
that I
shit.
was a prick. Can you believe that? I know, guys. I'm not even telling you who it was because you're all going to be very upset with them and want to write angry emails. I'm not.
Oh yeah, no, you'll cancel them.
All right, this is some Dan history. We're going to learn about his origin story, how he became the supervillain that he is today.
Yeah, every once in a while he goes back to his childhood, and that does really fill in some blanks.
I love his childhood because that's where we learned about the Coca-Cola bottle that was broken.
Yes.
In the what do they call it? The concrete jungle. He grew up.
That sounds right.
The mean streets of Syracuse. This guy literally grew
Boy, hand behind your back. You just dropped a soda.
He dropped a soda, so his black friend got arrested for it, even though he said he was. Anyway, I love this shit. It's great.
In 1995, I started at a new school. It was 8th grade, and I was young and small and poor, and I got picked on. Not by everybody, but by one kid in particular.
You grew up in Syracuse. Everyone was poor. It's fine.
That's so weird, though. Daniel went to school where even the straight white kids get picked on. That's kind of crazy.
That's a good point. Yeah. What's this all about? Aren't there some queers that they could be bashing?
Yeah. Tell them to focus on the blacks, Daniel. Jeez.
He was brutal towards me. By 10th grade, after 2 years of dealing with this kid, I had enough. The administration had done nothing. The teachers had done nothing. He just tortured.
So I grabbed a gun and I brought it to school that day.
It does sound like that's where his tone would
Right,
suggest that's where it's leading.
I was inspired by Columbine, and what I did was
tortured me. And one day he came up behind me while I was crouched down at my locker in the hallway, and he stabbed me in the back of the neck with a pencil. I took that pencil out of the back of my neck and I jabbed him in the leg. And for the first time ever, the teachers took notice. They recognized that this kid had been torturing me, and they expelled him.
Hold on. First of all, he jams the pencil in Daniel's neck.
Yep.
Then lets go of it.
Right.
And the pencil stays there.
Correct.
In Daniel.
That's
and
how
then Daniel grabs it out of the back of his neck, turns around to the kid who's still just standing there, not in a defensive way or anything, and stabs him in the leg through his pants, I presume.
Yeah, maybe he's wearing shorts. We don't know what time of year it was. Sure.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You're not in school in the summer, but it could have been a warm day, I guess.
And the teachers saw this, and usually it's the retaliation that gets in trouble in these scenarios. But apparently they saw the whole thing unfold, and they went, no, he instigated this one. We're going to get the bullying trouble.
Daniel, thank you for being a hero. Your work is done here. We'll take it from here.
We got this now. Okay, good. All right, so let's see what happens.
A few weeks later, that kid dropped out of school, and within a year, he had taken his own life.
Oh, fuck.
Wait, he was already expelled. Why do you have to drop out?
Hold on a second. Well, he was expelled, and then he dropped out. This is upsetting, though. So Dan killed a guy. That sucks. But also, I wanted to high-five this dude who was stabbing him in the back of the neck with a pencil. And we can't do that now?
This seems like an awfully rapid turn of events.
Yeah, it seems like maybe there was more going on than just this one incident.
This kid's on top of the world. He's bullying Dan. He's the king of the castle at school.
Yep. He's skipping down the hall. Yep.
He gets one pencil in the leg. The school expels him for some reason. Which I've gotten into tussles in school. I think most people have. It's not an immediate expel. They didn't do anything for months or years, apparently. And then they expel him. And then 2 weeks later, he offs himself.
All right.
It's rapid.
Okay, let me ask you this. Because what is being expelled? I assume that means he's like, for a week or something, he's not going to school.
Oh, well, I've always thought expelled was you're done here.
Like that's getting kicked out of school.
I thought it was like, yeah, you gotta find a new school system.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, then this story's wild, man.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why
Holy
I said,
shit.
why does he even have to drop out?
Yeah, okay.
He's already out.
I was confused. Okay.
Yeah. And maybe it means something different. That's how it's been referred to in my schooling.
You could be right about that.
His troubles weren't with me. His troubles were with the life that he led outside of school. And I know
he was 15 years old. Jesus Christ.
It also just sounds like he was kind of a dick. He wasn't like a drug addict or
right, yeah. Okay.
the life that he led outside of school. And I never took a second to listen to him. I fought back. I don't regret it, but I don't feel good about it. It didn't benefit me. It definitely didn't benefit him.
Well, hold on a second.
Damn my macho instincts.
It definitely benefited him if this kid's no longer in school to bully him anymore. He was making his life miserable, and then he stabs the kid, he gets expelled, he kills himself, and now Dan is rid of this guy. So that didn't help me at all. Well, no, it certainly did. If anyone this kid was bullying is being helped out by his presence no longer being around.
Yeah. And, I mean, not that he should have. If this kid was bullied, Daniel's under no obligation to do this. But it's not like Daniel, because in all of his other stories, Daniel would have said, stop right there, Teach. He's a good man. There's good inside here.
Maybe there's something going on at home that we need to explore.
Yeah, this was just like, all right, Auf Wiedersehen. See you, prick.
Life was lost because of it. I fully understand people who say, if the administration is willing to do nothing, then fight back. But you know what? It's not for me. Life means more. People mean more. And even assholes deserve a little grace.
By the way, the asshole is the 15-year-old who killed himself.
Right, I know. What a saint this guy is.
Even assholes.
What a life lesson we learned just now.
Yeah. Yeah, even the prick kid who killed himself.
Mike, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that story is made up.
I would say certainly elements of it are made up.
I would say that story was.
I believe a kid who bullied Daniel once may have eventually killed himself.
Okay.
I don't think it was 2 weeks later because of that incident.
Probably not. I'd love to talk to any of Dan's classmates about that. Find out what's really doing. We do have 2 more videos from Dan Alexander that I'm looking forward to playing. But first,
yay, Super Chats.
Audiophile America coming in on supertip.gg/WATP. The real reason his book never came out is because that whore Linz is squatting on his domain name. Oh, is that the problem? Someone has wokedad.com or...
I don't know the reference. Who's he talking about?
I don't know. We gotta look into that.
Interesting.
But thank you, Audiophile America.
Sorry, Carl. Yes, the post where I confessed everything and that I can only come with a cage on my PP and a dildo up my butt.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. All right. Well, we're learning a lot about him. Rocco Orby 2002 $5 says, there is a reason we don't have checkers masters, Dan. Yes. He's not understanding the analogy. Turd Ferguson, member for 7 months, says, Dan is so deep in the closet, he is getting his mail in Narnia next to the glory hole.
Well, who knows?
It's fun.
From his videos, he seems pretty hetero to me.
Oh, he does explain that he is a cis white male.
Yeah.
So, wait, I don't even know. Does that
You're
mean
right.
he's straight?
He's cis.
I know he's cis, but what does that mean again? It just means that he was born male? He still is male? So he's a straight cis white male.
I think. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. Cis just means born male, I guess.
Why is this so confusing? This has been part of our lives for years now. I was so confusing.
Yeah.
Because it's dumb. All right. Here's a fun one for us. Let's find out how brave Dan is.
So I was just sitting waiting for my Target order, making a TikTok video, and the young woman who came up to the window asked me what I was doing, and I stopped the video. And I told her I was making a TikTok, and she goes, wow, that is awfully brave. You're supporting all of those marginalized communities.
Okay, so he's wearing a t-shirt that says science is real, Black Lives Matter, blah, 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 bling, bling, bloom. And for some reason, the woman's like, wow, that is so brave. This sign is in every lawn in my neighborhood. I don't know why this is brave. This is back in 2023. Why would this be a brave thing to TikTok wearing?
I will say, you know how like Stuttering John and people like that would always say like, oh, they're just jealous. That's why they cover me.
Yeah.
There is an element. I'm jealous of Daniel. Just once in my life, I'd like a stranger to come up to me and go, wow, you're amazing. How do you do it?
Well, Mike, actually, it's funny you say that because I wrote in my notes, the only way this conversation happened is if this one was being super sarcastic. Because why else would someone be like, what are you doing right now? I was like, oh, I was just making a TikTok video. Oh my God, you were? That is so brave.
Again, I'm a blind guy.
Yes.
When I leave the house by myself, people aren't like, how do you do it?
Yeah, no one's ever pointed that out. They're blown away by your bravery.
Other day.
I find this fascinating too. Science is real, unless it's biology. We don't agree with that specific type of science.
Sure.
Not to go Kreger's idea, but
I was just sitting waiting for my Target order, making a TikTok.
I wanted to ask this too. He's waiting for his Target order. What does that mean? What is that?
Oh, you know what? This could have been at a time where, like, if you order online, because it might have been like COVID times.
It's 2023. I'm looking at the date. It's April of 2023 that he put this out.
All right, never mind.
It's 2 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm waiting for his Target order.
I don't know.
And this woman comes out and says, holy shit, you're making a TikTok with a shirt on. This never happened. This is all made up.
You're amazing.
TikTok video, and the young woman who came up to the window asked me what I was doing, and I stopped the video. And I told her I was making a TikTok, and she goes, wow, that is awfully brave. You're supporting all of those marginalized communities. All out there for the public to see.
He's like, actually, no, my name is Ryan Long, and this is a sarcastic video.
Yes.
I'm not
that
that
would make
brave.
way more sense. Like I wore my Dark Brandon shirt to the City Winery in Manhattan, right? Like, oh no, actually, whatever. It doesn't matter.
And I said, I'm not being brave. I said, I'm basic. I am the ground floor of what people should be and the kindness that people should share. And you know what she told me? She looked at me and she said, you're not no basic ass bitch. You're a good goddamn person.
Mike, you're not buying this? And a stranger would say,
how would she know that?
How would she know? Because he's wearing a t-shirt and he was on TikTok. What do you mean? What else do you need to know, Mike?
You did it. You solved bigotry.
He's amazing, isn't he?
I love that he's humble. And this bitch won't let him be humble. He's like, hey, I'm just a guy. And she's like, you shut your mouth. You're amazing. You're a star.
I can't believe he spins this shit up in his head and thinks that anyone would buy any of this.
Yeah, he might be the most delusional guy.
He might be. He's a pathological liar. Yeah. And it's weird that liars like this think that other people buy lies. Like, oh, I can just lie my way through anything. I'll just be like, oh, yeah, someone was praising me today for how brave I am. By the way, Dan Alexander is not his real name. This the most bravest guy around. It's like, holy shit. He had to change his name to be on TikTok.
Well, it's also like this one story would feel like a lie. But how many videos have we watched like this?
Let's not forget the clerk at the store when he used the pronoun correctly for her and she got teared up and hugged him.
You son of a bitch. You're the first person to really see me.
I mean, her pronouns are written on her name tag. It's just like, I'm sure other people have seen that and said the right thing.
Right.
Fuck. So stupid.
So I guess I'm not a basic bitch. I feel like that's a win for today.
Oh, nice. He's getting teared up about how amazing he is. I mean,
it is pretty incredible. All he's done, put it on a t-shirt and
makes a TikTok video.
Again, almost made a TikTok
almost
video.
Right. Always pausing it when other people get involved. Like never just let it run. You don't have to upload it. You can just keep it running. Maybe something interesting will happen.
That would have been such a great video. He should have said, "Hey, do you want to be in this?" And she'd be like, "Oh, you're the brave one. I can't be. I don't have the guts you do."
I'm telling you, the day he posts one of these videos where one of these conversations actually happens and he has proof of it, I bite my tongue. I just go, okay, never mind. This guy is exceptional and he's living a life that no one else is living. Just one time, Dan. Just one time. A little bit of evidence.
Turn the camera around.
Show the clip. It's the point that we're trying to make. All right, one more on here. This is an oldie but a goodie. Record Lover posted this on woke.dad, and I saw this in our Discord, so I thought this would be worth showing.
Well, I just got back from Walmart, and as it turns out, all of the worst things in the world that have ever happened to me have happened either at a Walmart or in a Walmart parking lot.
Damn it.
And I thought for sure today was going to go down in infamy. So as I shopped today, some young kid came running up to me, noticed my TARDIS hoodie, and I thought to myself, this is the oddest thing in the world. I don't think this kid's old enough to even know who Doctor Who is, let alone...
Oh, boy, this guy's a Doctor Who fan. And he's wearing Doctor Who clothing at Walmart.
Cool. Yeah.
He goes, I don't know if this kid's old enough to know who Doctor Who is. Aren't there like tons of modern Doctor Who series out there?
Oh, I think that, I think there's
more popular now than it's ever been, I would think.
Probably, yeah.
Okay. So some kid came running up because he liked his hoodie.
I'm just amazed he has a second Walmart story.
Oh, he's got tons of Walmart stories. Are you kidding me? Just don't watch out for the bathrooms. That's all I have to
for
say.
Sure.
Even know who Doctor Who is, let alone entertain this conversation, but I stuck with it because they were kind. And as we were talking, that same kid asked me what my shirt said, and it says free vaccinated dad hugs. And just as they noticed what it said, that same kid latched on to me.
Whoa. Hold on,
okay. That's a good place to pause it. Please go ahead.
He recognized the Doctor Who hoodie, right?
Yes.
How did he see his t-shirt?
Okay, so it's unzipped.
Oh, it's a zip up.
It's a zip up. So he goes, wait, sweet Doctor Who hoodie. What is that?
Oh, I just love everything you're wearing.
Yeah. Everyone loves his shirts and all of his examples.
All right.
So the kid, I didn't think that's what you were concerned about. So the kid says, what does that shirt say? Yeah. And his shirt says free vaccinated dad hugs, which is literally luring children. He's inviting children to come hug him.
You better hope Shauna Ray is in this Walmart. Otherwise, he's in deep trouble.
This is crazy. What is he doing right now? I should read the caption because what woke.dad does, he always writes some text on top of this. He says, and yet, not a single video of any of them. Obviously, this didn't happen, but it is just so creepy that he would even make something like this up. He admits to wearing those shirts to lure kids.
The only time anyone's ever acknowledged an article of clothing that I'm wearing is maybe like if I wouldn't wear like a Kirk Minahan show shirt like to the airport. I wouldn't want to be like, hey, you know who I am. But like say I had like a podcast shirt like that on. Someone might go, KMS? Or, you know, like Tuesdays a store, whatever, like something like that.
Yep.
WATP.
I have a Mark Norman shirt that
comedy,
comedy, and I've had people be like, comedy, comedy.
They acknowledge it and keep about their business. They're not like, I need to meet the wearer of such an amazing shirt.
The only other example is I like to wear Bills gear when I'm out of town. And I'll
Go
be in
Bills.
Florida, or go Bills. That's it. Just acknowledge, all right, we're both fans. Cool, moving on.
Hey, this is the one thing we have in common. It's all we'll ever talk about. I'll give you a fist bump and move on. I don't need to find out the creator of that shirt. I don't need to give you a hug.
Could you imagine? I'm just like Josh Allen MVP. I just going for the embrace. Like, yes, we did it.
Here, you son of a bitch.
I was shocked. In that moment, I was shocked. I'm sure I must have looked something like this. And from amongst the shelves next to us, I heard a shriek. And a mama comes a-running.
Yeah.
I thought,
oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, this is the scary part when you're in Walmart molesting children, is that the parents might be nearby. This is the problem.
That is the one great downfall.
And the mom noticed the tent in my pants, and it was a real problem. She screamed.
I'm giving out free hugs.
This shirt is ridiculous.
So I'm in my van that says candy on the side.
So I'm hanging out at the playground like you do, and
comes a-running. And I thought to myself,
oh, this is starting to freeze up on me for some reason. My internet going down. Let me try something. I don't want to miss the end of this.
This can't be seen by YouTube. YouTube is shutting this down.
It's possible.
It's explicit content.
It's probably not my internet, but whatever. I'm switching over to a different Wi-Fi, and we'll give a refresh on this guy.
well, I just got back from Walmart, and shelves next to us, I heard a shriek. And a mama comes a-running. And I thought to myself, oh, this is going to be scary, because what would I do if I saw one of my kids latched onto a 6'1", 200-pound man?
Just raw testosterone.
Murder him, I would imagine, would be your first instinct. I don't know.
I like that he always gives his stats.
Yeah,
like,
he
what would I do if I saw my kid with someone who's just all man?
Yeah, 6'1", runs a 4.4 40. You know, I'm just one of those kind of guys.
Chiseled jawline.
I'd be terrified. I would. But as it turned out, Mom was affirming and kind and cared about that kid more than anything. And we walked away from that interaction with her giving me a hug too. Did it change my mind about Walmart?
Well, thank God.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe just.
And wouldn't you know it, she also thought I was a hero. That's what we call a 2-for-1 in the biz.
He's amazing. And he says these things, and everyone's going to be like, oh, thank goodness that happened for you, Dad. And they do in the comments, too. It's fantastic.
That's a good day for the statisticians. They're like, boy, he parlayed one interaction into 2 hugs.
Yes.
It's like a triple-double.
And he started this video by going, guys, Walmarts can be sketchy. And I'm like, oh, no, what happened this time? And no. He got to make out with a kid and his mom. So that's great. Happy days.
Yeah, guys, go to your local Walmart and try hugging a couple people. See how it turns out.
I can't get over this shirt. Free vaccinated dad hugs. and it's got a heart on it with the LGBTQ colors. It's fucking incredible.
The level of self-awareness he has is like, gee, what would I do if I saw my kid with a big, tall, handsome guy? It's like, no, the shirt you're wearing says, I'm a pervert across your chest.
I mean, it might as well be a NAMBLA shirt in the early 90s that he's wearing. And children are running up to him as he's handing out lollipops. The level of self-awareness is next. I've never.
Oh, no, I'm friends with your mom. She told me to pick you up after school.
Yeah. And also don't tell anyone. We'll both get in trouble.
It changed my mind about Walmart. Maybe a little bit. Maybe just for today.
Why? Wow.
But I wear these types of shirts to support people, to show kids they're not alone, and to show them that people just like me, dads just like me, exist in this world.
That is giving yourself a lot of credit for putting on a t-shirt.
Wow, I mean, he saved this kid's life. Remember, let's not forget, Dan is the way he is because he once got a note from someone who said that his TikTok video saved their life. Mm-hmm. And he'll always hold on to that. So all it takes is like a kid giving him a hug or giving him a nod like, hey, man, cool shirt. Or, hey, Dr. Who, what up?
Yes. Yeah, that's the S across his chest.
Right, and he thinks that he's changed their lives and he's done something noble. A good deed for this world.
It really is, and it's also like to accept that credit. To not be like, guys, I just put on, like, in the story, he should be like, guys, I just put on a t-shirt. Like, it's not that big a deal. I'm not a hero. But he's accepting it and being like, and I am a hero because I put on this t-shirt.
Yep. I want to get caught up real quick. We do have some voicemails, but let's get caught up real quick on the Supertip, supertip.gg/WTP, because Audiophile America is explaining, and I should have known this. So they say, he means Linz is squatting on his domain because his book would be called Queer Kid Stuff. I forgot Linz is the host of Queer Kid Stuff.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
With
of course.
Teddy. It's been a minute. I check in every now and again because they raised the money they needed. I thought they were going to reboot that series.
Yeah.
So I check in from time to time. But yes, I should have made the connection to Queer Kid Stuff.
I always think of Teddy as the star of Queer Kid
I
Stuff.
do too.
So
I'm with you on that. Yes,
Yeah.
very good.
Carl, I take probiotic supplements from seed.com. My stool is now loose and liberal. I shit at work all day. I have to. Sorry, not sorry.
All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Steve.
Sounds like Dr. Steve's got a killer bit on his hands.
That was from Anonymous. I don't think that was actually Steve. But what I love about Dr. Steve is that he does Supertip with his own voice all the time.
Does he?
I see him on all the shows. It's always like from Dr. Steve. It is
Hey,
Dr.
it's
Steve.
me.
That's great. Dang Lizard. Oh, Dang Lizard put together an amazing movie that we played in the Dabbler Film Festival. Dabblecon.live. He says, wow, Blind Mike, you're amazing. How do you do it? How do you know you're finished wiping?
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. It really is admirable what I manage to do every day, but I'm no hero.
Tune into the Blind Mike Project Sunday morning. He'll be like, so there's this European guy who was telling me how amazing I am. And I was like, yeah, I am pretty great.
You're welcome.
The One Pun, member for 2 months, says, sir, what are you doing? I'm making a TikTok. But sir, why is your cock out? It's for marginalized communities. That's how it really went down.
I'm giving out free hugs.
Yes. Miguel, $5 says, I would pay money to watch Mike doing shopping runs on his own, like the Japanese show Old Enough, with young kids running errands. You can do it.
I appreciate that. But if I did do it, no one would call me a hero.
I would.
At most, someone would be like, hey, can I help you with that? No one would be like, you, my friend, are so brave.
Yeah, you're probably
How did
right.
you came here by yourself? That's amazing that you're able to do. I can't. If I was blind, like no one would think to do that because I'm a person. No one would think to talk to me like that.
It's patronizing and
Yes, yeah.
No one actually does that, and we all know that, and that's why we know that Dan's lying. Let's get into some voicemails, and then we'll wrap up here.
All right.
Hey, this is a message for Who Are These Socials? Blind Mike, Carl, you guys got to download all of Woke Dad's old shit. Make an archive. Because you're right. You are polluting him. He knows you're goofing on him. He knows you're drawing a lot of negative attention to his lies and customer interactions. But the old shit is so hilarious. He is the sort of guy who will 100% take it down. Once he realizes he's not getting any engagement from it, he will just nuke all his content. And I don't want that to happen. So please, somebody, doesn't have to be Carl or Mike, but you got to make an archive. We can't lose Woke Dad. I want to have a drip of Woke Dad content to laugh at for the rest of my life. So somebody get on it. Godspeed. Call me back.
It's so true.
That is smart thinking.
Really
I
is.
don't know how to do it myself, but someone get on that.
Well, I'm telling you, Record Lover is doing it. But
okay, good.
Because I when I'm going through in our Discord channel, there are so many great videos. I can't get to them all, obviously, for this show, but I appreciate that he's putting them up. I appreciate that he's archiving this because they're fantastic.
It is amazing when I scroll back. If I just scroll back far enough, you're going to find a doozy.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of gems in there. So
Yeah.
I hope that Record Lover continues to do it. And if anyone else wants to start archiving this stuff, please do.
This is a call for WATS. The reason that Daniel Alexander is worried about having his phone taken from him is because this is absolutely chocker with child porn. Thanks. Bye.
I don't know about that.
We don't know. We don't know that for sure. We don't have definitive proof of that, sir.
He does give out free hugs. That's all we know about him.
It is a theory, though, for sure.
Hey, this one's for WATS. Fuck both of you. That Futurama episode made me cry because I was 9 years old, and it hurts to this day.
That's fine.
Fuck both of you.
All right, fair enough.
You're a child. That's okay.
Crying it. Well, he just said to this day, he still gets them.
Yeah.
One more voicemail for us.
Yeah, it's WATS. That fitness influencer, Dan Alexander type guy, when he was saying go Master Tate with your red pill heroes, that was his clever jab at Andrew Tate, because they hate that guy over in that side of the political spectrum.
I get it.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Master Tate.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Pretty clever. I guess you should have picked up on that.
I don't see him getting that topical in terms of pop culture, whatever the reference would be. But like he focuses on Trump and sometimes Elon.
This is a different guy. This was the fitness influencer that we thought had some woke dad vibes to him. From a couple of weeks ago.
Right. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because there's no way woke dad's talking about Andrew Tate.
No, never.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right, Mike, we got to wrap things up. Thank you all for hanging with us on a Thursday night. Who are these socials? And there's a lot of other amazing programming going on if you check out blindmike.net.
Yeah, we just released Brian Regan Live, his 1997 album. The big yellow one is the Sun album. You may know it as. We just covered that on Why Are You Laughing? So check that out. The next episode is going to be Stephen Wright. You can get that early if you go to Patreon or become a YouTube member. That'll be up sometime tomorrow. So check that out. And Sunday at 10 a.m., as usual, we'll be live on the Blind Mike Project. So, and we watched the finale of The Baldwins this week.
Nice.
So our journey with Alec and Hilaria has come to a sad end. And that series really dragged on. And I can't imagine them getting a second season, but who knows? And clear your schedule for June 21st.
Yes, I didn't think Baylin Dupree was going to get a second season, but she did. So
yeah, that's true. But I think Alec was a lot. So we looked it up. Alec got $2.4 million for that season. I don't know what the rest of the family got, but
it's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a big budget. Yes, June 21st. Save the date. Tickets will go on sale next week. We will be doing a live show at the City Winery in Boston. I believe it's right downtown, the City Winery. I don't know if you know where that is.
I don't offhand, but sounds right.
Yeah, I think it's pretty close to the airport, but we'll figure it out. We'll definitely be hanging out that weekend and doing stuff. So I hope that people can make the trip and come into Boston June 21st. It is a Who Are These Podcasts and the Dick Show live event. And if you go to patreon.com/Who Are These Podcasts, or if you subscribe on this very YouTube channel, I'll be doing a crossover show on Tuesday with Dick Masterson. As we do every other month or so, we do crossovers between the Dick Show and Who Are These Podcasts. And so that'll be a lot of fun. Someone sent us a podcast that, let's just say, celebrates fatties.
Oh, interesting.
Which is always fun to talk about on our crossover episodes, and a lot of things to get to. So patreon.com/Who Are These Podcasts. Support the show and get 2 bonus episodes every single month. And Mike, are you live Sunday morning?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, the Blind Mike Project.
Oh, yeah. We'll be celebrating Easter with you people.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's the 420 Easter celebration that Christine Knowlton was telling us all about.
Yep. I'm sure there'll be some ham-handed 420 jokes in my intro. So that's exciting.
Can rely on Casey Day for that.
Yes.
I'm sure.
All right, guys. Have the day you deserve.
Anyway, social media, I'll catch you later, man. Who are these socials?
That's what this audience wants to hear. Like, whoa!
Who are these socials?
I'm the one who should apologize. Folks, what you were about to see is real.
With Carl.
Okay, we got it.
And Blind Mike.
Who could have thought of that?